Hi.
Aw.
I did it again, 2 years in a row. Let's go.
You all read the title. You know what it is. I'm gonna
Obligatory
start
E3.
suffering soon trying to get it all to fit in 100 characters, if I'm
You
not
know,
already.
the fun part is this is like obligatory E3 video, except this time we're actually uploading videos, so it's not a random.
Obligatory E3 2018 video to fill in the gap between our content that we are sorely missing. Except we
Except
just
this
uploaded a
time,
video a few days ago.
yeah, I was about to say, except this time we're not sorely missing
I
content.
mean, I'm gonna try to edit some stuff into the video, so it might come out after the Bloodborne video. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna get it up as soon as possible, obviously, but
So I have a stopwatch going just so I have an idea on how long we're
oh, sure.
going.
I have OBS going, but it's not going to be open most of the time. I'm just going to have it in the
Yes.
background because I want to see the Google Doc, obviously.
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, we're going to try to shotgun this. I'm pretty sure we said this last year, and maybe even the year before, but we're going to try to shotgun this.
We
as
actually
best as
want
we
the free
possibly
time
can.
to do videos that you can watch other than this one.
Not only
So-
that, but I feel like this year I don't have nearly as much to say, which is weird, but
Like they had more to show, surprisingly, but
yeah.
it's like
So-
really only a few games really stood out, which sounds weird, especially if you see my final report card this year compared to last year. But
Let me get my report card out just so I can get a good idea of what I might want to say too. So
right.
we have to start out with the big bad boys, EA, who always
takes up
do
like
their...
a quarter of our notes.
Yeah, and for some reason, I like to just mention this. EA always likes to go a day earlier than everyone, and I'm not sure if
I'm
it's a
never
good
really
thing
sure
or
why.
yeah, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing.
Like Nintendo, it makes sense. It's because they want to do their treehouse thing, but
yeah, which is on the floor, and they do theirs the day the floor opens. So.
exactly, it makes sense. So
But-
I don't 100% agree with them doing it that way, but it makes sense at least.
Yeah,
EA!
EA just goes. Or I mean, didn't EA used to like go after Xbox?
Yeah,
After
I thought that's how they did it the first year we did these. I thought Xbox went first.
I believe that's what happened. But yeah, no, like EA just always goes first, and it's a mixed bag because in a way you kind of know what you're gonna get when you go into EA conference.
Like, there's always going to be the sports. There's always going to be the quote unquote RPG type game. There's going to be the Battlefield.
Yeah, so you basically know what you're getting in with EA, but the thing is, like, it can be a really big hype killer is the thing.
True. It's like,
So I just want to get this out of the way for everyone on my opinion, and maybe Mayo agrees the same way. So a lot of people have been shitting all over EA's conference this year. Now get this, okay? I understand why people have been shitting all over and saying, oh, it's awful and stuff like that. But how I graded the EA conference is basically how I grade an EA conference, because they're like their own breed when it comes to
there's a few
conferences.
it's like EA and Nintendo and a couple others on here too. I just have to grade them based on their own standards.
Yeah, like not on E3 standards. When it comes to like E3 standards, their conferences, usually that's between Sony and Microsoft, and to an extent Ubisoft, are usually like in nowadays that is. If Nintendo
The last
went,
couple years
like,
have been really good.
Yeah, like if Nintendo went with their on-stage performances,
Maybe.
I would grade all of them. I would grade those three like based on how their conferences were together, because they're like the same sort of show, but they aren't anymore because of Nintendo. So the Ubisoft is kind of like the only other fit to that, and they act more like a Microsoft and Sony, I guess, than the other conferences do.
I mentioned this. Well, actually, no, never mind. I'm gonna say that for the Ubisoft conference.
Yeah,
So,
but
I'm sorry. I don't want to get
anyways,
too much into that.
just for me to clarify, while everyone was like, "Oh, dude, EA gets like a D minus to a D because they're sucked,"
No.
the reason why I gave them a C minus on my report card is because I treat it as this is an EA conference. I know what I'm getting into. To me, this was a below average EA conference to a conference that I barely care about to begin with, but I watched because it's E3.
Exactly.
So,
I watched this because I watch all the shows. I would watch most of these anyway. Like the ones I would probably skip are this and Bethesda, but other than that, I'd probably watch all of them.
Exactly, and it's just to be fair, yeah. If we weren't doing these, I bet you if we weren't even doing these video series, you'd probably skip them like no tomorrow. Like you wouldn't care.
Well,
You
I
would
mean, I'm
just wait
sure I'd
until
at least
E3.
watch the big three, like Xbox,
Yeah.
Sony, Nintendo, maybe Ubisoft.
Other than that, you'd probably just look at like a recap and see what people announce.
Probably.
But EA, let me pull up the notes instead of looking at my report card just so I have an idea here.
I mean, the
So
report
they
card's
started.
honestly probably better for EA because the format's so awful.
True. But to be fair, they had an intro like they always do.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. They started out with Battlefield 5. Huh.
They
It was just a
did.
small trailer. So I don't
It
really
was
remember.
a short trailer. I remember seeing a few trailers for it, and there was a small controversy, but I didn't care because I wasn't going to buy it. It's basically the same thing with Far Cry 5 last year. I didn't care because I knew I wasn't going to buy the game.
The funny part is everybody loved Far Cry 5 when it came out. But anyways, yeah, they showed a small Battlefield 5 trailer. I was very confused because I was like, this is their main thing. Why would they show a tiny trailer? Whatever. And it's World War II, which I didn't actually know that, which I guess makes sense after they did World War I with Battlefield 1, but they're calling it Battlefield 5, which
And it's
I
so
don't get
confusing. I don't get it either, but it's what they're doing. Just roll with it, I guess.
And of course they were like, and what everybody's been waiting for, Royale.
Battle Royale. Literally, my notes, they called it, as did everyone else.
It was really
Everyone
funny.
knew it was coming. And I think everyone just did a collective eye roll when we heard that.
And they did say no loot boxes, no season pass, this and that. The weird thing is, though, if you look at the pre-order of Battlefield 5, it says that they have something for players to get. I think it's going to be tied to the progression system. I don't know what it is exactly. But yeah, so Battlefield 5...
I did not know that, actually. So EA being
5.
EA, go figure.
But the main thing I mentioned is, in terms of FPS games based on wars, is especially because I've been looking at a lot of war movies. I've been talking to war veterans and all this stuff lately, is that they really don't show the true brutality of war. And I wish that people would kind of show that off a bit more, just so people could see.
I get it's a video game, and there is always going to be that element of just being a war hero,
But yeah, I wish they showed the true brutality of it. So that was Battlefield 5. I mean, I don't really want to go into it much because it's just Battlefield 5. That's it.
So, you already know if you're going to buy it or not.
Yeah.
It's just one of those games.
And then FIFA came over, and I was like, FIFA. Okay, whatever. Skip. I don't care.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like, my notes are just a bunch of Z's.
So we don't care about FIFA. Sorry.
Or
we're
sports
not gonna
games in general, really.
Yeah. So in this, I'm pretty sure we're going to just skip over it. I mean, the FIFA, the thing I will give them this year over, especially last year and other years, is they were very, very, very quick.
True. Like, I think it took them like 5 minutes total to get through the sports stuff. Like, they were fast.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they did that.
We didn't have that Pele, the soccer player guy again. Ugh.
Nope. So they did that, and it was fast. It was over with. Neither of us care about it, so we're not going to even talk about that anymore.
There was FIFA 19, 18, and blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, and then there was I don't know if Madden
Cloud
was
gaming
next.
being advertised like it's new for some reason. Thank
Yeah,
you, Andrew Wilson, like the most hated person in gaming right now.
Who even knows? Also, just so I can get this out of the way, when we get to the Madden part, we're going to say the same thing. Sports game, we don't care. Let's see, they talked about FIFA 18 being free for a limited time. Whatever, don't care. They always try to make all these trailers seem extremely amazing and epic, like it's the coolest thing ever, but it's just a sports game.
And they almost never show off any gameplay.
So,
for that exact reason.
About the cloud gaming thing, I just want to clear this up on how I feel about cloud gaming than what he wrote on the notes. So cloud gaming is a very interesting and a very cool concept when you think about it, but cloud gaming is so imperfect, and EA was making it sound like they're going to make the greatest cloud gaming platform ever, that I don't believe a single word that they're saying.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, right now I think Game Pass, which is Microsoft's thing, is definitely a thing to beat, just because you can download the games.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, like,
because that means
it means you don't have to actually play the games online.
Yeah.
At that point, they're basically just digital downloads.
But for me, I think right now, cloud gaming is awful. This doesn't just go for EA, so I'm not going to dog down
I know. It's like, I have something that, like, I've used PS Now multiple times now. That I know how terrible it is.
Yeah, so, like, I'm not going to just dog down EA for this. If anybody else talked about it, which I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think Microsoft did briefly.
I believe so, yeah. But
But there was mostly just, like, what games would be on their service. Not like they were making a new service.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, that happened. Didn't really care about it because I was like, yeah, bullshit, don't believe anything you're saying. Because it's just cloud gaming.
That's EA, everybody. It's bullshit, I don't believe what you're saying.
That's EA, but that's also just me for cloud gaming. It's just like, why play a game on the cloud if you're just gonna have to deal with like 1 second input lag for the majority of the stuff you play? It's not perfected.
It's awful.
Right now. Yeah,
some games have it worse than others, but I still have nightmares of trying to beat Sly 1 with that input lag, because there's literally a QuickTime event boss fight, and it was the worst.
Oh, God.
It's better on the PS2, but just imagine with input lag.
Then I think Madden was next or something, or somebody mentioned Madden, because I remember some guy yelled about Madden. He was like, yeah, Madden! It was pretty funny.
Yep, also that guy got so excited for Madden. That's a quote you have.
Yeah, that's exactly why I mentioned that. Mm-hmm. They showed some Sims 4 at some point, and I think they showed a small... It was in a clip show.
They didn't really showcase it. I think it was further cloud service.
They talked about Sims 4, I believe, too, before the conference, and it's just Sims 4. If you like Sims 4, you're going to just get more stuff. Like, there's nothing else to that. The Cringe Girl was back. I don't remember what that was for, so apparently I don't even care.
Yeah, there was this... That was mostly my notes. There was this one girl that they kept bringing back. She was basically the Ubisoft Cringe Girl, but on EA. She was trying way too hard to be funny.
Yeah, you mean the main host?
Yes.
I thought she was better, at least. I think she tried a bit more, given EA and how they work.
I guess, given it's EA, but...
So, here's where the really
I guess EA can't really win with me. That's where I stand.
Pretty much. And then this part is really awkward every time I think back about it. She went into the crowd to talk with the Respawn, like, main, like, dude there. And the thing was, she was like, oh, he was in the crowd and we just wanted to talk with him. And a part of me thinks that is actually true. Like, I don't think he was supposed to be a part of the show, but they saw him, they're like, let's do it. This is the time. Because it was really, really weird.
It was. He was just in the middle of the crowd, too, from what I remember. He wasn't in, like, one of the top rows or something.
No, he was just, like, in the front row, just there. And she was like, hey, here's this, here's the dude from Respawn. He's just like, so...
And the best part is, like, when he was talking about it, he's basically just saying, we have nothing to announce.
Yeah,
Don't bother us.
He literally was just like, they were like, so tell us about your new Star Wars game. They're like, we have a title.
There you go. Will that shut you up for a year? Good.
Yeah, and then he's like, it might come out in 2019 or something, or we might talk about it in 2019 or something. And that was that.
I mean, I'm sure they're desperate to get something out the door that'll actually sell after the Titanfall just didn't sell, but...
Yeah. And I was just like, I thought that was funny. Or not, well, funny. It was funny and awkward because it was really weird.
I mean, I'm sure some people are going to be excited just over a title.
Yeah. And
you got hyped over Metroid 4 despite that literally just being a logo.
And like we said here, though, or like you put in the notes of what I said, at least they were honest, because if I'm not mistaken, he literally said, we have nothing to show this year, don't get excited. I think he said something along those lines. He literally was just like, guys, we don't have anything. So, yeah, so that was that. So we got a name. It's called the Jedi Fallen Order. We can't talk about it because we don't know what there is.
We literally just have... I want to say there was some very... vague story details given, but not anything substantial. Who are we kidding? It's clearly so early in development that it could change anyway.
All we know is it's taking place between episodes 3 and 4. That's basically it. So, yeah.
So speaking of Star Wars, Battlefront 2. Like, credit to them for trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, but again, for me, I just didn't care. So, it's kind of a skip on me.
I mean, I didn't care about the game before the controversy, so you can only imagine how I felt after.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't care about the game to begin with, but the controversy just made it way worse for me. So Clone Wars is being added, which if you are a fan of Battlefront 2, good on you, you're getting some stuff.
Pretty much.
But for me, don't care. Sorry. And that was really that. Then we got to the two.
Oh yeah, there was
games.
actually before that there was the whole thing with the cosmetics on Battlefront 2. So I just giving them so much shit over that because they insisted that they couldn't do that when the game came out.
Except when the game came out, there were cosmetics, so
which makes even less sense.
I just want pink Darth Vader like everyone else. Gosh dang it!
I would actually buy the game full price and the DLC price from Battlefield 1 if it meant I got pink Darth Vader.
They're not gonna do it. But yeah, and then they showed off 2 indie games. Unravel 2, Unravel 1. I remember that guy. The best way to describe him for the first Unravel is it was like really cute because he was like really excited for his game.
He was really awkward, but in a good way.
Yeah, and he was really emotional. Everybody loved him because he was like, "Man, I finally get my game out." And they showed Unravel 2.
Unravel 1 was actually a pretty good game too. I didn't finish it, but I did play it.
And here's something I do like to give EA props on because they were like one of the only people that actually did this. But they showed legitimate live gameplay. They both him and I think one of the other developers.
Yeah, because it was a 2-player game and they had both of them up there at the same time. You could very clearly tell that yes, this is live. Or if it's not live, they did a very, very convincing performance.
Yeah, because it seemed completely live. Like nobody, I don't think they made a mistake, but they were going like left and right. Like they were.
Well, I'm sure they practiced.
Yeah, like if it wasn't live, it was at least 2 players actually playing the game that's pre-recorded footage. Like not like a scripted, not something scripted. If it wasn't them playing it live, it was them playing it at some other point.
It was like the first game we actually cared about. Go figure.
Yeah. And it looks great. If you liked Unravel 1...
I mean, the game's already out, too. I forgot about that little detail. They released it the day of the show, which I did not buy because it's June, and there's too much stuff coming out this month. Especially if you're a Switch owner. Oh my gosh, it's awful.
Not just that, but there's also just a lot of music. This month is hectic. But yeah, anyway...
June is becoming the new Broketober.
Pretty much. Broke Junter or something. I don't know. But yeah, it looks
like a genuinely good game. If you like the first one, you should try out the second one if you get the chance. I definitely will.
I agree. Maybe we can play that in the future too, because it's
Does it have online?
PC. I wonder actually. We should probably figure that out before.
I mean, even if it doesn't, we could probably just get the PC version playing Parsec or something.
True. And then so not only that, but after that they had this other game that it was called
A Way Out.
Sea of Solitude, also known as SOS. So
Sea of Solitude, that's it.
At first I was like this girl, I don't really care about her. She's just talking about a game, blah, blah, blah.
She just kept going, too.
But to be fair, she seemed kind of, really excited to let her game come out.
Yeah, it was like the guy from Unravel. She was clearly passionate about it. It's just...
Yeah, so I'll give her that.
She kept going, and I feel like the second I hear my own life story is when I and a lot of other people kind of start tuning out.
Yeah, and to be fair, it was... I didn't mind it afterwards. At first, I minded it because I didn't really care, but afterwards, it's like, you know what? She was really passionate as a developer. Yeah, unfortunately, she's in EA's hands, but at least she was passionate.
I do think they should have shown the trailer a little earlier.
Yeah,
maybe start that thing with the trailer and then have her talk about it.
I agree on that. I don't really know what the game is about, but it does look interesting. I'm interested in playing and buying it.
It gives me a kind of similar vibe that Faye did. If I'm pronouncing that right, I still don't know.
You know what it kind of made me think of? It kind of made me think of the games like Inside and what have you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Those games. So that was really that. And then NBA, don't care. We're moving on.
Yep, we already said we don't care about sports. Madden, same thing. We don't care.
Madden's next. Don't even care.
Command and Conquer Rivals. Oh boy, I'm sure you have a lot to talk about on this one.
Okay.
Because this is your franchise. Okay.
To be fair, I'm going to keep this really short. The last, 2 or 3 Command & Conquer games were not very good. So it wasn't too big of a surprise that the next game, which is coming out, might be bad if they were going to make it. Let me drink some water first here.
Well, of course, you gotta do your spit take somehow.
Anyways, I'm not going to go into much detail about this because it's kind of been talked to death already. But they brought back a franchise that people really wanted a new game of on mobile, had like a 20-minute fucking stupid event that no one cared about in the middle of their
it's
conference.
not much of a defense, but it was actually relatively short. It was like 10, 15 minutes, but
it
still
felt too long. They were so hype. I don't think majority of people gave a shit, especially because they announced it was a Command & Conquer game. Afterwards, the internet went fucking crazy. We were like, nope, don't want this. Fuck you, EA. Fuck everything about you. You fucked up. We don't. Not only did you bring back Command & Conquer, which we wanted, but you put it on a mobile platform that people do not care about. Anytime mobile games are during E3, everyone rolls their eyes. Nobody
Seriously.
cares about that.
Did anyone else even talk about mobile? Like, the worst I can think of is like Square Enix had like a 5-second thing where they were talking about Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, but it was like, again, it was like 5 seconds.
That's all I really have to say. Otherwise, I'll go into detail about how EA is a piece of shit for doing what they did. So
okay, so fine. Moving on from Command & Conquer.
Fuck EA for doing it. I'm really pissed off about it.
So I guess the next one is the last one, which is Anthem.
They also had a hand cam thing, which I thought was funny as hell. They weren't even doing much. They were just like pressing something every now and again. They weren't doing like crazy movements and stuff like that. They were just like, press this button here. Okay, it did the thing.
I guess
like
they wanted to show it was live.
Later, press this here. All right. I thought that was funny. But yeah, that was that. I fuck EA for that. I'm really pissed about that. Andrew Wilson came back. Looks like you were happy to get these notes.
You know, CEO of EA. That's all you need to know.
So, don't know if he's here. Oh, my headphones unplugged. That makes a lot of sense.
It's like it happens to me all the time too. I literally have to lean my head like 45-degree angle downwards to the left because otherwise it'll unplug. But at least I used to. I actually recently bought a new wire, so it's not as bad now.
Are you talking about how my headphones just unplugged?
Yes!
How yours...
Actually, I was saying too, like, it doesn't happen to mine anymore because I bought a replacement, but...
Lucky. Anyways, yeah, Andrew Wilson came back, and again, you look like you were super excited about that.
Nobody likes this guy.
Yeah, and then they were doing...
This the whole reason why loot boxes are so popular.
Exactly, and not only that, but he was like, so we're doing charity, and I'm just like, charity donations aren't going to make you better people. I mean,
they did the exact same thing last year. I'd just like to remind you of that.
So yeah, I'm basically just like, sure, you can...
I mean, it's a good cause and all, but it's EA during an E3 conference.
And then I accidentally lost my place. And I think they showed Anthem at that point?
Yeah, we're at Anthem.
Yeah, okay.
Now
then
we're
they
at
showed
Anthem,
and it looks like Horizon Zero Dawn meets Destiny,
and a bit of Monster Hunter World, just to be safe.
Yeah, so I'm not.
But it doesn't have an original bone in its body. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah, I was interested when they first teased it because I was like, "Ooh, BioWare, what are they gonna do?" But then this year came around, and honestly, I have zero interest in this game anymore. It just looks like a generic sort of Destiny 2 kind of game. So it
doesn't have anything that would draw you in.
Oh,
like, what, you want to go and explore the world? Well, I still haven't beaten Xenoblade X, so
yeah,
if I want a world to explore.
I compared the world design to Xenoblade X because that's a game I love in terms of world design. I'm like, I would rather play that in terms of world design. I'm not very interested in that. The indigenous life didn't look very interesting when they weren't robots.
Which means Horizon Zero Dawn again.
Yeah, and I'm just not interested at all in the game. I'm sorry. It looks just like a better Destiny is the best way to put it. So, I don't know. Like a barely better Destiny, so I'm not...
I don't even know if I would say it's a better Destiny. I'm going to say it's on par with Destiny because it's not out, but...
Yeah, and they said it was supposed to have content for years to come. Like,
so,
10 years
definitely chasing Destiny's tail.
Yeah, and at that point I was like, okay, so it's going to be like Destiny where there's just going to be a boatload of DLC, isn't it? So at that point, I lost even more interest. I'm like, if you're gonna have a huge year plan, it's good in theory, but it usually means you're not gonna have much content when the game comes out.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think a lot of people are still reeling from Sea of Thieves.
yeah, so I don't really care about this game anymore. I'm sorry. So, and they
I'm
kept
sure it'll
talking
have its
about
fans, but
and they kept talking about it, and I was just like, whatever. I just don't care. That's it. Like, I just don't care. And then by the way end, they showed another like gameplay trailer, but they ended it right at the boss, like they always do with trailers like this, and it pissed me off because if they showed this boss, maybe I would have been more interested to see how they handled bosses. Maybe they wouldn't be damage sponges. Maybe they would have a lot more depth to it or something. I don't know, but they cut it off, so
we don't know.
That ruined the trailer for me too. I was like, okay, the gameplay looks like a bit better than Destiny to me in terms. At least the core gameplay looked a little better than Destiny, more interesting. And then they cut it off at a point that I wanted, that I was interested in. So yeah, there's that.
So that's EA.
It was a C- to me, given the fact that it was just an EA conference. It just fell below average. It was kind of teetering on a D+ to me, I think, when you and me were talking.
Yeah, I gave it a C base. But I think for me it's because I don't really care enough about EA. Like, Command and Conquer thing, I just didn't care because I've never played a Command and Conquer game.
Yeah, so, I mean...
That goes for Battlefield and a few of these other ones, too.
It was an EA conference. That's about it. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else.
The EA originals were decent looking, but everything else
was just EA. So
moving on to Xbox, I guess.
It felt a little worse than normal EA to me. So yeah, that's why we didn't rate it low, because we judged it as an EA conference, guys. That's what well, before we go to Microsoft and Xbox, I just want to say, even to friends I was talking to live when it was going on, and afterwards, I was like, guys. And they were like, oh man, EA sucks so hard this year. I'm like, guys, it's EA. What do you expect from them? They had to like go into detail. I'm like, it was average, like below average.
It's like, if you were really whining about EA, then why did you watch the show in the first place? It clearly isn't for you.
That's what I said. I was like, guys, this is EA. This is what they do every year. This is no different. If anything, I think I bumped up the score from a D+ is because they didn't spend so long on sports for once. So, yay.
I mean, it is technically a downgrade from last year, but...
Yeah, true.
You gave him a C straight that year. I gave him a D+ last year, though, so for me it was an upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, we're going to go on to Xbox, because they had miles better conference.
Oh, way better.
Okay. They were my personal winners of this year. I think
it was most people's winners.
Yeah, a lot of people gave Sony a lot of credit this year, and I was like,
no!
We'll get to Sony when we get to Sony, though.
No! If anything, Sony lost E3.
Pretty much. Compared to the big boys, I would say so. So, Xbox, Halo Infinite, well, Halo.
It's Halo. I mean, it looked nice. I mean, I would actually buy it if I could, not play the game and just look around at the pretty environments, but I know that's not an option, so...
I love my comment. Oh shit, it's the Lion King HD. Oh, never mind.
I literally left that comment in just because I knew it would remind me of the environment.
The reason why, just so everyone knows, I said, oh shit, it's Lion King HD is because there was a whole bunch of animals running. I think they were like rhinos or something, and I was like, oh shit, it's Halo 6, or it's the Lion King HD, and I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said it was Halo 6 because they didn't give the title away yet.
It was, yeah, and then Halo Infinite, so yeah, 6.
And the crowd was very, very hyped, especially compared to EA, because, well, they showed a game that people were interested in because it was new.
Go figure!
So, yeah. And then Phil Spencer came in and, whew.
So, especially compared to Andrew Wilson, it was night and day.
Everyone was like, woo, Phil Spencer, yeah, woo!
It's like, I'm pretty sure people wouldn't mind if Phil Spencer just took over the industry as opposed to Andrew Wilson, where they don't ever want to see his face ever again.
Honestly, like, if Phil Spencer just walked out, like, after a huge amount of applause of him walking out and everyone calmed down, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he just was like this, hi, everyone would be like, woo!
Well, compared to EA, yes! And I mean, like, every time he came out, he actually gave genuinely good announcements. Go figure.
Yeah, for sure. He talked about how there was going to be games again. And I was like, yes,
it's like,
awesome.
Good. And he lived up to his promise. Like, we'll say that right now. If you can't tell from our grades.
He was like...
I literally gave them an A+.
But he was
I can't see them doing any better.
Exactly. Well, I would maybe give an actual conference in like a base S if they were just so perfect and amazing. Like what Sony did to destroy Microsoft, I would give that an S because that was amazing to watch when the Xbox One
you're talking about
was
like back in
out.
2013? Yeah.
Yeah, like I would have been like, dude, I would give them an S just because they destroyed Microsoft and it was hilarious.
Oh, Microsoft deserved it.
Yeah.
They had no clue what they was doing.
But yeah, so anyways, back to EA. They showed Ori first. And again, this game, there's not much to say besides if you liked the first Ori game, you're probably going to like this. It looks so
it does.
Beautiful.
It's like, my comparison I wrote down is, it looks like Rayman meets Donkey Kong Country with a little bit of Faye, which I am completely okay with.
It looks so beautiful. I'm so excited for this game just because, like the first game, it looks so beautiful.
It does.
I can't get over how beautiful it looks. And then I made a funny joke where they said it was an exclusive game, but it's coming out on PC, which I know that means it's coming out on the Microsoft shop, or it might come out on Steam too. When I say exclusive, sometimes those games come out on Steam. So anytime they said exclusive, don't believe it from Microsoft because I bullshit half the time. I don't even think any of their games are coming to...
Purely an Xbox One.
Well, yeah, like if you own a PC, at this point you might as well not get it. Like,
you might as well just sell your Xbox One.
Or use it for a lot of people use it as like their streaming device to watch movies and stuff.
That's fair.
Fair enough. That's kind of the original use that they wanted to make
it. Yeah, true.
So,
I guess there is still like a few exclusives from back when the system first launched, but you just know it's a matter of time.
I only think Halo. They're only going to keep Halo as an exclusive.
Yeah, everything else, like, you know, I'm pretty sure that Rhyme game or whatever it was when it launched that people didn't even like. That's probably going to get ported. That's it.
It already did.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's a nothing safe.
So, okay, so we definitely got a shotgun these games. They kind of came out one after another. So they showed Ori.
And we're already starting to get kind of long on our video length,
So Ori looked beautiful. Okay, I would definitely talk about this a lot. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Very excited for this game. It's from Software. It basically looks like really
care,
fast.
But it looks great.
It looks like a really fast Dark Souls 3, which is already a very fast game to begin with. It looks faster than Bloodborne. It looks like a lot of fun. There's grappling hook. It looks like there's some stealth takedowns, stuff like that. So it looks really cool, in my opinion. And I call it Dark Souls Born Shadow something at this point. I don't even know.
I don't know if it's any of that. It's Sekiro or Sekiro.
Yeah, it's Sekiro.
Sekiro. So I spelled it wrong.
Shadows Die Twice. Yeah, you just swapped the I and the R. But it does look like a lot of fun. Definitely very interested in the game. I don't know about you, but I'm interested in it.
I just don't care enough about From Software games, but maybe. I'll hold my judgment until later.
I mean, if they announced an Armored Core game, which is From Software, would you be interested? That's Mecha Battles. So
no, not really.
Okay, well, I was just curious if you were interested in like Mecha Battles. So they showed Fallout 76. We won't go into detail here. They just showed a trailer.
Yeah, it's like they go whole ham in Bethesda show, so we'll just talk about it then.
Yeah, they just showed a trailer, but it did look visually refreshing, like I put. It's basically all I need to say. We'll go into more detail in the Bethesda show, though. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. If you want to talk about this game, by all means do. I don't care. It's free. It's coming out like next week. From when we're recording this video, I do not care about it. I'm sorry.
I don't care a whole lot about it either. It's a game about some kid that wants to be a superhero, I think.
And it's in the Life is Strange universe, so it's probably going to be like, oh, but whenever he is a hero and the world changes, the world actually does change, something like that, you know?
Probably. I'm sure it'll have its fans. It's just, I don't really care in general about those story-driven games.
I don't even care about Life is Strange. I thought it was like an okay game, and everybody thought it was like the next Messiah, but I thought it was okay.
I never played it. Can't tell you.
But
it's been sitting on my PS4 for ages.
That's fair. But it's going to be free, guys, so if you want to play it, play it. I'm probably going to play it just to give it a try.
Oh, so, sure. I mean, I'm sure I'll at least demo it for an hour or so.
And honestly, okay, now the next game, not much to talk about. Crackdown 3. They acknowledge it exists and it's coming out next year. That's all.
So it got delayed. Yay.
Yeah. So
first of many.
At least they acknowledge that it still exists, and Terry Crews makes the game still look as hype as always because it's Terry.
Yeah, I mean,
Crews.
It looks great. I mean, I'm a Saints Row fanatic. Of course, I love how Crackdown 3 looks.
Yep. And then Nier Automata. This one we definitely don't have to talk about. They're porting it over to the Xbox One.
I love the name though. Become as gods. It's like the thing.
Yeah. They're keeping they're putting in the DLC that was in the game, but honestly, that DLC apparently was super short, and all it comes with is have you played it?
It has a Coliseum mode. That's basically it.
Yeah, have you played it before?
Mm-hmm. I got the platinum.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be playing Nier Automata very very soon on my stream, so that's gonna be
personally,
fun.
I liked it, but it definitely does not seem like the kind of game that you would like. That's my impression I got.
I love the first game for its story alone. So,
the first Nier.
Yeah, for its story alone.
The story is definitely not as strong as the original Nier, but it's still there.
From what I've read and seen, that's what it seems like. It looks like a downgrade from Nier and everything.
But the gameplay's a lot better. So
yeah. So, and not only that, but I also love the Drakengard series, which that game has not very good gameplay at all, like the original Nier, but I love it for the story. So I'm probably.
I never played any of the Dragonguards. I've never even played the original Nier either. I only saw an LP of it because at the time I didn't have a PS3. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's fair, but yeah, honestly, I'm probably going to enjoy the game when I get around to playing it.
Okay, well, we've spent way too much time on this game as is because it's already out. So anyway,
it's just a port.
Yeah.
Metro Exodus.
What even was this game?
What?
What even was this game?
It's a Metro game. It's a sequel to. If you like the original Metro games, you're gonna like this one more than likely. It looks really fun. I'm interested in playing the game. I want it. That's my opinion on it.
My comments probably explain why I don't remember it. It is literally any old FPS game. If I don't remember time for this review, I'm sorry. It's just so stale. It stays gone means Fallout and maybe Order 1886.
So, you haven't played the other Metro games, so probably makes you care way less, which makes sense. But if you played those games, or at least like the first one, and you liked it, the second game's better, but the first game's still good. If you ever play that, I do recommend it. Just to play it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty good. Mostly just for the world and the story. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, it looks fun. I'm interested in getting it. What about you?
Not in the slightest.
Fair enough. So we'll just move on to the next game.
Actually, we should probably hold off on that one until later too.
Yeah.
But when do we even hold off toward two? Because they showed up in 3 different shows.
Square Enix, because it's their property, so we'll go from there.
Besides, it gives them like a very desperately needed egg in their basket.
We need to just heads up for everyone, and heads up for Mayo, and a heads up for me. Let's try not to talk about it much, because you and me could probably talk about it for hours. So.
I know. Just go watch our next Kingdom Hearts Let's Plat video, because we're probably gonna do it there.
We'll talk about it there. But they showed a new trailer, and of course, both of us are interested in the game. Let's just move on.
Yeah, of course. We both already talked about it. We want the deluxe edition. We're totally getting it.
Yeah, and then there was like a $300 version that we almost.
Screw that.
You were like, me and you were like, if they had they had different figures, you and me might actually consider it.
Oh yeah, it's like I was saying. It's like, well, I'm not going to talk about it because we haven't talked about the game yet. Moving on, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves DLC. Don't care. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure there's like 5 people left that still care about the game. Good on them. They get some DLC.
If you care about the game, good on them. Yeah, good on you. You get DLC. I don't care. So yeah.
I didn't care in the first place, and then all the backlash you got just did not help.
And Battlefield 5,
who cares? Same
don't
game.
Care. Forza Horizon 4. If you're a fan of Forza Horizon, hey,
it looks good to me.
It looks really good. I want to specify this, especially for Mayo. I was kind of giving it shit for showing off all the seasons, but I was mostly giving it shit because they were spending too much time on the game, in my opinion, for seasons, which I basically know what they're gonna look like. It looks amazing, like graphically, like most racing games do. But I kind of know what the seasons are gonna look like. They didn't have to show it off as long as they did, in my personal
I was
opinion.
totally fine with it because they did show off some gameplay differences, like them driving over the lakes, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But it did actually look pretty fun. So, and the gameplay they showed. They tried to make it off as live. I don't think it was live. I think what they did was it looked like actual people playing the game, but it looked like people just playing the game from like a month ago or something. You know?
Yeah, that's probably true.
But they did show like it looked like actual people playing the game. So that was cool.
It looks like it's in a playable state at the very least.
Yeah, I'm interested in the game. That's about it. I don't know about you. Are you interested in it at all?
I keep saying that I am, and I never end up buying these racing games. I keep meaning to, but
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying like when I say interested, does that mean I'm not really saying are you gonna buy it? It's more of are you interested in maybe buying? So
like maybe with the price drop. Let's leave it at that.
It's about it. Then Phil Spencer talks about how they bought a ton of studios, which I thought was cool because that means hey, studios get like bigger budgets and bigger chances.
I was just laughing at the idea of Xbox turning slowly into the video game version of Disney.
Pretty much, yeah. But to be fair, the only downside is they're going to lose their independence, which could suck in the long run. But I am happy at the same time that they are going to get some more recognition, more money to spend.
Yeah, get more money, which is definitely going to be a good thing. And I mean, at least for the time being, Microsoft has definitely made themselves out to be the good guys of the console wars. So
yeah. So there's that. Then We Happy Few.
Which is one of the studios
coming out in full. He thought it already came out.
I did. I thought it came out months ago.
So did my friend. No, it came out basically like episodically is the best way to put it.
Oh, it's one of those games.
It's not episodic, but it came out like episodically is the best way to put it. When you buy it, you technically are in. It's like an early access game.
Oh.
But it's coming out in full very soon. Which okay, I guess if the game is full, maybe it'll be better than because when it first came out, it basically had a lot of potential that never was fully explored, but that's because they didn't have a lot to show. I'm interested in seeing the full game. I'm going to wait for reviews though before I actually purchase it though. That's my take on it.
I think that's what a lot of people are going to end up doing. It's a game that a lot of people seem to be cautiously optimistic for. That's the term I'm looking for.
It's because of how they sold it. They sold it. So, yeah.
Like the $60 price tag for what was at the time an indie studio. I mean, the last time somebody did that was No Man's Sky, and that didn't turn out so well.
Exactly. PUBG.
It's PUBG. Okay. You already have your own opinions. Moving on.
I don't even know why they showed it, so
it was a very clearly CG trailer. Like, they didn't even try to hide it. What's the point?
It's already on Xbox. I don't
That's
know why
the even more
it.
confusing part.
I don't know why they showed it, so... Okay,
whatever.
Yeah,
Tales of Vesperia. Which is
Other
literally coming out on every platform, so...
Yeah, if you want to talk about this more, I don't know if you do. I don't
know enough about the franchise to say.
Okay, for me personally, I'm just going to say, everyone, I'm sorry, I don't care about Tales. I think it's an average RPG at best, above average at its absolute best, barely above average at its absolute best, but it's painfully average and boring at its worst, which, that's a serious for me. The best part that came out about it was Namco Bandai and the Tales Twitter going off at each other back and forth. That was hilarious as hell.
Oh, totally.
But other than that,
I don't have an opinion because I've never played the games. I've always meant to, and I just never did.
So,
I just don't have time to sink into another giant JRPG.
It's fair enough. And then Tom Clancy's Division 2.
This is another one like PUBG. You already have your own opinions of it. Everyone does.
Basically, I don't care because the first game didn't. The first game interested me at first until it started getting near completion. Then I lost interest. If you like the first Division, you're probably gonna like the second one. That's about it, honestly. Just like Destiny 1 and 2. If you like the first game, you're probably gonna like the second game. Like when that game came out, at least. And then same thing with the Division. If you like the first game, you're probably gonna like it. Good on you. I personally just don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. Never even played the first one.
They did show, again, some really stupid in-game chat, which people do not talk like that. And whatever. I'm moving on. I don't care.
So I still think you're overreacting, but you're not the only person that thinks like that, so I'll let it slide.
Yeah. Then we got then he started talking about Game Pass. This is something you can talk about more than me.
It's Microsoft PS Now. But with the only exception again being that you can actually download the games, and that they actually come out on the same day on Game Pass that they do on the actual console store. Sometimes, like I know Sea of Thieves did, and they mentioned a lot of other games that are coming out at the same time. So, I mean, good on them for that, I guess. It's a cloud service.
Yeah. So again, I don't really care. Then we got a games montage about the games that they're going to have on it. So I don't know what they showed, but yeah.
I didn't write it down because I couldn't write them down in time. There's too many too quickly. And with the exception of Nintendo, nobody showed the titles of the games either, and since a lot of them look the same, don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then we'll save this game for a Square Enix show because it's their game.
Yeah, Shadow Tomb Raider.
Shadow Tomb Raider. All I'll say is I'm interested in playing it, just like the other Tomb Raider games. That's about it.
Alright, so Session, which was Skate 4.
Session, which was Skate 4. The chat was going fucking crazy when they saw this game, and I was going crazy because like, oh no, Skate 4, the meme is happening. It's happening. Everyone's Skate 4. But then it was called Session, and then everybody was disappointed. The chat was hilarious because everyone was like, what?
I didn't have the chat open until I think Sony's show. No, it's because I had to for YouTube. But we'll get to Sony later, believe me.
Yeah, I never keep the chat open, but during certain points like these, I open it just to see what's going on. And it was funny. It was really, really funny. Everyone was so heartbroken. The chat was crying. It was so funny. And then they showed Black Desert again. I'm just gonna lay out my opinion. Oh, I guess I can say maybe I'm interested in Session. That's about it. I don't know. Mm-hmm. They didn't show enough.
They didn't exactly. That's kind of a problem with the Xbox conference in general. I guess there's a lot of shows that just go too quickly.
Yeah, but to be fair, that they do show a lot of stuff on the ground floor, which is
true
better. So yeah, which that's the main reason for E3. A lot of people are like, well, they overhype stuff in the conferences and this and that and blah blah blah. Well, they're saving it for people to play on the show floor.
Exactly.
So, that's
like,
when you're
they're not making the shows for those of us here at home. They're making the shows for the people that are there at the event. So you have to remember that.
Yeah, and then the people are like, well, they didn't show gameplay in this trailer, therefore I'm not excited. And I'm just like, they're gonna have gameplay on the show floor. Wait, for crying out loud. It gets me really pissed off because some people are like, yeah, I'm not interested in this game at all because they're not showing any gameplay. It's literally just CG trailer. And I'm just like, wait for the fucking show floor week to end. Then give your judgment.
Like, you can judge the show, but not the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, whatever. But then
we're spending too much time on this.
Yeah, they showed Black Desert, and I'm just like, I think Black Desert Online sucks to begin with, so whatever. And plus, I was laughing too much at the Skate 4 chat disappointment.
It didn't even last that long, and I was just confused because hasn't this game been out for a really long time?
It has, but I think it's now going on. I think it's been on consoles for a while now. I think it's just DLC or added content rather. The only reason I managed to figure out this was Black Desert before the thing popped up is because I saw the particle effects and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know these particle effects. That's the only reason why I knew it was Black Desert. But yeah, something's happening with it. I don't know what.
I don't either. Literally all I wrote down about it was that I thought it was already out. So
yep, and here's the second big reveal after Sekiro, because in my opinion that was the first big reveal. They showed Devil May Cry 5, an actual true sequel to the fourth game. I was really confused at first, and so was my friend.
I'm very confused.
We were confused because we thought this was who we call Dante from the reboot series.
I'm disappointed it's not.
Yeah, but no, it's actually in all my notes. I kept thinking it was Dante, but no, it's Nero from the fourth game, which I'm fine with. I'm actually super excited knowing it's not Dante, even though, well, actually, I would have been excited anyways because I still thought that game had solid gameplay. So I'm excited about it. It's Devil May Cry basically. So if you're excited for if you like the Devil May Cry series,
never played a game
like you should
in that series before. I want to. it's another one like Tales of 4. I just don't have time to invest in a giant series.
Yeah, so I'm interested, and I want to buy it because it's Devil May Cry. Simple that. I don't know about you, but yeah.
And like again, like how story heavy is the series? Like, do you think it would be safe to jump into 5 straight away? Because if so, then I might. But...
No, story doesn't matter. It's about the gameplay.
Okay, then I might just jump straight in.
Yeah,
or just
it's
watch
definitely
something online about it.
Like, yeah,
it's not something like Kingdom Hearts where watching a 20-minute recap is not going to help you.
Yeah, no, I feel so like when we get to the Kingdom Hearts stuff, talk about it a little bit. I feel so sorry.
No, I'm already seeing people talk like, "Oh yeah, I played 1 and 2. I'm so ready." Like just from the E3 2018 show. It's like, oh boy,
no,
you are
not.
so screwed.
You are not.
Bonus points for the people that were saying that, and then they tried talking like they knew who Aqua was, but they didn't even refer to her by name.
I know that we said we're going to say this for Square Enix, but I just want to quickly mention this out of the way. There's a reason why they're having a pack that gives all the games.
Consider it. Although, what if you're an Xbox One owner?
Oh, well, then you're screwed.
Pretty much.
But anyways, yeah, so I'm Devil May Cry 5. I'm so happy. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the Kingdom Hearts. We're doing Kingdom Hearts games right now, and we're Kingdom Hearts fans. What can we say?
We're like diehard fans, I would honestly say, so, yeah.
So, next, Cuphead.
Yeah, Cuphead. At first
you can talk about this one. I never played the game.
I was really confused because at first I thought this was just a new character, but from the looks of it, it's a new character, which is the Ghost Cup Girl from that you save in these little mini game thingies, and she gives you an upgrade. But now she's like an actual character. I guess they're giving you a new island to play on.
Oh, that's nice, because I took my notes based on what you told me about it being a new character, so what do I know?
Yeah, so there's a new playable character, and from what I heard somewhere else, it looks like there's going to be a new island. So I liked Cuphead a lot, so I'm definitely excited. I'm going to be getting this DLC for sure. So that was really about it. It was just a DLC.
All right, so next up, Tunic, 2D Legend of Zelda, with some improved combat, in my opinion, and probably not as good dungeons. That's the impression I got.
That's literally it. I am not very interested in the game, honestly, so woohoo.
I mean, depends on how much you like 2D Legend of Zelda. If you don't, then there's probably nothing there for you.
Yep, and now next game, Jump Force.
Anime Brawler. Moving on.
Anime Brawler. I didn't know this, but apparently this was actually a series.
What?
So, yeah. So this was a series. I didn't know this. But yeah, it's just an anime brawler. They get a whole bunch of really popular animes and they bunch up the characters together, and it is a third-person or 3D brawler, is what it is.
I had no idea.
Just because of that, I am interested in the game, but I don't know why they showed Frieza and Goku fighting. I know it's iconic.
I know, but it's like, why? Like, wouldn't it be more appealing to have Goku fighting some other super popular character from another series?
Not only that, but Dragon Ball FighterZ just came out, and it's like a really well-received and loved game right now. So yeah, which I need to buy that game. But
it's coming out on Switch in a couple weeks, I think. So.
Ooh, perfect.
I don't know if it's a couple weeks. I need to double check that, but it was soon.
I doubt it, but I hope it's cross-platform.
I mean, it's probably going to be as cross-platform as you can hope for, which means everyone but PS4.
Pretty much, which is fine with me. So yeah, they showed that Dying Light 2. I expected it when I saw the trailer. If you like Dying Light 1, then you have something to look forward to.
It's another zombie game. I'm so sick of zombies by now. The second I see a zombie show up, I'm done.
But anyways, I'm not interested in this. I'm sorry. And I don't think you are, given the fact that he said it's another zombie game.
So that's all it takes for me to get bored. Like, unless you do something really unique with it, which it never happens.
Exactly. And next game, Battletoads. The meme is true. We're getting Battletoads.
It actually looks really good, too.
Yeah, but that's all I can really say other than that it looks good and it's a meme that's true. It's Battletoads. For everyone who doesn't know, on Twitch there are 3 games that are always memed about. Skate 4, people will say Skate 4 to almost any game that's announced. Battletoads is another one people will just spout for random games, especially during my Microsoft conferences. That's what they're called. Mm-hmm. And Melee HD. Those are the 3.
Which, I mean, we technically kind of got all 3 of those if you think about it. I mean, that session game
yeah.
kind of fits for Skate 4, and well, we'll get to
Smash
Melee 2 when we
Bros.
get to Nintendo show.
Exactly. So, but yeah, it's out, so I'm probably gonna get it. It looks like fun.
Oh yeah,
so,
it depends on the price, but I
but if
always
it's on
wanted
my
to play the
co-op,
original game. I just, again, another game I never got to.
it is so hard. I
Oh, I
honestly
know.
recommend it. And the later stages are like broken because I don't even think they expected people to get that far.
Great. Okay, Just Cause 4. We
But,
should
yeah,
probably
there's also-
talk about
there's
that
al-
when we get to Square Enix, but
before we skip Battletoads again, I just want to say if that's an online multiplayer, that's another game we can consider.
or Parsec again, but that's still a thing.
Yeah, true. And Just Cause 4 will wait until Square Enix. It was just a trailer, I believe.
Gears Pop, I don't even remember what that was. Literally, all I wrote is meh. Oh, the Pop figures. Right, duh.
Oh, yeah, it was the Pop Figure Gears game. I don't care about that. Then there's Gears Tactic. Again, it's like a worse version of XCOM. I don't care.
But on the plus side, Gears 5 came out after that.
Plus side, Gears 5. And the thing I want to mention is I am actually very interested in this game because they actually made a Gears trailer and gameplay, or they didn't show gameplay. So Gears trailer that actually interested me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not a Gears fan in the slightest. It looked all right to me.
I might consider playing the entire trilogy, not gonna lie. Just so I can get interested, or quadrilogy rather. So I can play that game. But I have to get a better computer for Gears 4 and 5. So, yeah.
And last game of the show, Cyberpunk 2077. I should have expected this. I don't know why I didn't. That should have been at the top of my expectations for Xbox.
Everyone is so excited about this game. I am in.
I was until I found out it was first person, and then all my hype died.
I am still beyond excited to play this game. There was an hour-long behind closed doors thing, just so everyone knows. It had extremely positive reception outside of some weird things. Some people are really pissed that it's not going to be at night at all time, apparently, which is the stupidest thing I have ever heard of. But yeah,
you're complaining about the time of day.
Yeah, but I want this game really bad.
It looks great, although we didn't see any gameplay. So,
but it's very ambitious, and I do want it. And that was.
I played a bit of Witcher. Wasn't sold on it, but I think part of that was a setting. I'm kind of tired of fantasy settings.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was the Microsoft conference. Overall,
I thought it was amazing.
I thought they did amazing too.
It's like I gave them an A+. It's like, what more can I reasonably expect from them? Like, the only thing I can think of is exclusives, but that's nitpicking at this point.
I know, but the thing is, so I feel like Microsoft gets a bit of an advantage here too because they're first, and if they have multi-console games, they're going to show it first. They will pay the money to make sure it's shown first to get people excited. That is true. So
they do kind of have that advantage, and by the flip coin, Sony and Nintendo are kind of left out of the Nintendo just pretty much does their own thing, but Sony.
Yeah. At this point too, you have to consider Nintendo's console. I feel like they're literally their own thing at this point.
They've been their own thing for the last few years. Like basically ever since the Wii U launched.
Pretty much. But overall,
yeah, since the Wii launched.
The one reason too why I thought that they did an amazing job is because all of their new games that they showed were all very interesting or something that I wanted. So I think that's why they did an amazing job.
Like there was a couple games like that Metro game that I didn't care about. It didn't look bad or anything. It's just not my game.
Yeah, it's not his cup of tea. Same with Dying Light. Like, it's not his zombie game. You don't care about that. But overall, I would say like 75% of the games I was interested in or I plan on buying. So
yeah, that's same. I would give it a 90, honestly. Like there was few games that I didn't care about.
I'd probably give it an 85. There was a lot of games that I'm just like, yeah, I'm either gonna buy this.
Either gonna buy it or I'm at least gonna look at a lot of it or wait for a price drop. Something.
Exactly. So that was
I don't care if most is third party. It's good.
Exactly. So now we're gonna move to
Bethesda. You can only go down from here. I literally gave the last Joe an A+.
So he doesn't like Bethesda, and it's fair. So he's probably gonna let me talk mostly about Bethesda without him going crazy.
For what it's worth, I gave them a higher grade this year than last year.
Sure.
This was probably the highest grade I'm ever going to give a Bethesda show. So
last year they just sucked. They sucked. I gave them a low grade last year too. I think I gave them a D+ last year.
Hold on. You gave them a solid D.
Oh, okay. Oh, that a solid D? That's even worse.
Yeah, I gave him a D minus. You gave him a solid D.
So yeah, they suck. But anyways, I thought the funny thing about their show is they made fun of they shot shit at Canada's Walmart for leaking their games. They're like, so let's get into the games, but let's just mention our good friends Walmart Canada for having very low prices and not keeping secrets, is what they said. So
I completely missed that.
I thought that was really funny. And then they showed Rage 2. They did a really weird concert thingy for Rage 2, but I was like, okay.
Like, I'll allow it, I guess. The funny thing is, like, Rage 2 is probably the game I liked the most that they showed off, so I'm fine with it. It's just...
So yeah, they did decide to bring Rage back, which I did mention. The thing is, I think it's very interesting that they did, because the first game sold really poorly, but either the engine or the game itself was actually ended up being pretty damn good. It just sold like crap was the thing. So I hope this game does better if it is a good game.
It looks good so far.
Yeah,
it's like the one game I'm actually kind of excited for out of this show.
Yeah, they have if you never played the first Rage, because it sounds like it doesn't, it's basically like a first-person shooter that has a lot of powers along with it. So like you can do a lot of like really cool powers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm interested in the game. Don't know if I'll buy it. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, the comparison I made in the notes is Doom meets Just Cause with some Saints Row for good measure. And yeah, I'm sticking by that. It sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right for the most part. So yeah, they're doing that. I'm interested in the game. Not sure if I'm going to buy it yet. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, I'll wait till I'm not going to pre-order it or anything. It's just it looks good from what I've seen.
The Elder Scrolls Legends.
This is the card game.
Nobody cares.
Can we move on? Because we're already over an hour, and
Elder Scrolls Online nobody cares. Moving on.
I mean, 14 million people care apparently.
Yeah, but I thought the game didn't even exist, or I mean, I thought people didn't even play it. Rather.
Well, I guess you and your friends aren't part of the 14 million.
Yeah. So whatever.
I mean, I don't care about the base games, so obviously I don't.
Pretty much. And now this I can only, of course, talk about in short because it was just a short little CG trailer. But Doom 2, so happy that this is coming out.
I'm already sick to death of this stupid trailer because YouTube won't stop playing it for ads. But that's not Bethesda's fault or anything. It's just literally half my ads nowadays are freaking Doom.
Pro tip: install ad block and just whitelist channels that you support.
That's really scummy. No, I'm not doing that.
How's it scummy? I whitelist channels that I support, so then you can
block channels that you don't. That's what I mean. Like clearly you care enough to watch the video.
Well, some people I just don't want to support, and if I want to support them, well then there you go. I'm whitelisting you. That's basically how it goes.
If I'm interested I don't agree on that on a moral level, but we're going to be stuck here all day if we stick on that. So moving on.
But yes, I'm buying it. I love Doom 2016, so I'm buying it. Quake Champions, Quake Champions. You can get it for free.
Literally, my only note is meh.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. You get it for free now. That's it. Woohoo. Prey is the next game.
So you advertise some DLC in a patch.
Yeah, which it looked interesting, and if Prey was well received, and if you like Prey, I don't know if the DLC is. They said if it was free or not.
I don't think the DLC is free. I think the patch was free.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But hey, if you guys are interested in it, then there you go.
By all means. And next off, Wolfenstein Youngblood. They never specified if this was DLC or full game. I still have no idea.
Yeah,
it's something.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think it's a new game. I think it's a new prequel game, from the sounds of it. I think. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. Actually, you're right on your comment. I don't know if it's a full game or DLC. But yeah, it's something.
They talk about VR games. I missed the title of the first one. I'm sorry. They went through it way too fast.
Yeah.
It was Prey something.
Honestly...
and they shotgunned it quick anyway, so who cares?
I'm not really interested in as a VR owner myself, I can talk about this a little more. I'm not really interested in a lot of the Bethesda games because, well, at least specifically games made specific for VR. Like, for example, Doom VFR was a Doom game specifically for VR. Apparently, it was just not very good, and that's disappointing. And they forgot about the game, and now it's completely broken. Like,
Go figure. Bethesda game is broken.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But the only I would only be interested if they made a game like Skyrim VR, which is like the actual game in VR, or Fallout 4 VR, which I own for free because I got to buy it.
Didn't they cut out like a large part of it? The Skyrim.
I have no idea.
I remember hearing that a large chunk of it got cut out. I just don't remember what part that is.
I hope they didn't do the same thing for Fallout 4 VR because I have Fallout 4 now because I got it on the Vive because they give you it for free.
Oh well, I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm not really interested in their VR games. Sorry, Bethesda.
Okay, fine. Well, we have to talk about this next one. I'm not letting you skip it.
No skipping this. They're releasing Skyrim Very Special Edition. I'm very glad of them that they are.
Good job, but that's the best part of the show.
So they did it was like a real life joke Skyrim thing where Alexa was playing everything for you.
It's a real thing, by the way. You can go on Amazon and buy it.
I don't know what it is, though. I haven't bought it yet because I didn't go on my account.
I don't have an Alexa, so I can't buy it, but...
Oh, it's an actual Alexa thing? Oh,
yes!
my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It's real. 100%.
BRB buying a fucking Alexa right now. That is amazing. I didn't actually know that there was a real Alexa thing.
It looks like it is from the Amazon page, and I might need to double check that, but...
That is amazing. It's free for the record, guys, so if you have an Alexa, go
get it. Screw around in it.
So amazing.
They also have something for the fridge and the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, but just so everyone knows...
I would love to see both those two, but...
I just want everyone to know they were definitely being self-referential here because
100%.
of how Skyrim is on everything. And Todd Howard, not Tom, came in and he was like, all right, so I'm going to talk to you guys about something I know you've all been waiting for. Where Skyrim's going on next. I thought it was just overall great.
That was hilarious. The trailer just made it so much better.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to see the ceiling fan edition of Skyrim. Just how are they going to make it even dumber?
I know, literally every year, there's like a few things that I hope they do, even as a joke. Bloodborne cart, always a Skyrim game, something related. And I'm glad they didn't disappoint on this, right?
Something. What are they going to port it to this time? The Super Nintendo. How about that? Super Nintendo Skyrim. Let's go.
Amazing. But yeah, I love it so much. I'm waiting for a true mobile version of it, like not what they showed later on, which we'll talk about barely. But
I mean, there's the Switch version.
They already did talk about that, so you know. But yeah, that was version. It was amazingly funny. It was amazing that they did it. So we'll move on to the next one,
which was the bulk of the show, and
it was Fallout 76. They showed a lot. Me personally, I'm pretty interested. I want to see in what direction they take it completely and look at some gameplay, all that sort of stuff that's coming out already this week. He's not interested in Fallout 76.
I just don't care in the slightest, and it went on for way too long.
Yeah,
like, so if it was something like what Nintendo did to Smash, where they made it blatantly clear ahead of time, then that would have been one thing. But to best of my knowledge, they didn't say anything ahead of time about how long they would focus on it.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They just said, "Hey, we're gonna talk about Fallout 76 quite a bit."
So if you skimmed ahead and seen my grade for Nintendo and think I'm hypocrite, no, it's because they said ahead of time we're going to be focusing on this.
Yeah, exactly. But it does look interesting in my respect. I'm not gonna buy it immediately. I'm interested. I'm going to try to get in the beta if possible, or the alpha or whatever, and give it a go. But stress test.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'll be good. Fallout Shelter is getting a PS4 and Switch ports. If you like the game on mobile, then there you go.
I don't know why you would want it on a console, especially Switch. Like, what's the point of getting it on Switch? Because cell phone.
That's just redundant.
Exactly.
I
guess at least you have the touch screen, but like for all two people that have a Nintendo Switch but not a cell phone.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they talked about a new Skyrim, a new Elder Scrolls game for the
Elder Scrolls Blades.
I have to admit,
it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. And the thing that I like about this is it is going to be on, like, they're trying to put it on everything. Like,
yeah, they're trying to
put it on the Switch.
I'm disappointed there's no Alexa port, but we'll see.
Unfortunately. but they want to put it on like the Switch, PS4, like Xbox, PC. They're gonna put it on. They're gonna put it on your phone, all that nice stuff. And there's gonna be one thing that I really like is they're gonna have VR support, which that makes me excited because I do like VR actually a lot. So
like, I would be slightly cautious about the VR just because it's a phone game. The textures probably aren't going to be that great. But
true, but you have to also consider that they are like straight up being like it's mostly a phone game, but we're trying to put it on everything. So you kind of have to expect it. It's not like we're being cheated out of our money.
I know, it's true. And it's free, so you can't be cheated out of it. The worst thing you'd be cheated out of is some storage space.
Yeah, so it's free, and it hopefully won't be too big. I know I'm going to get it on my Switch for sure.
Oh yeah, like Switch or PS4 depending on how it runs, because I just have like this really bad feeling that it's going to run better on some systems than others.
For sure.
But Switch is probably going to be the one that gets hit.
Unfortunately, but luckily it is, from the looks of it, a like roguelike Skyrim dungeon crawler.
Which I'm totally fine with. Like, I didn't even like Skyrim that much, and I'm totally okay with this.
Yeah, like, well, it doesn't look like Skyrim per se. It looks visually like Skyrim, but it's like an Elder Scrolls like roguelike game where you get to build a city.
Which is totally fine with me. Like, that's actually kind of what I wanted Skyrim to be.
So it's free, and I'm interested. I'm going to play it for sure when it comes out. I think it's coming out like later this year.
Yeah, was it November?
I think so.
Like,
I know that's when the new really Fallout's coming out.
Oh, then maybe not, because I doubt they're going to want to cannibalize their own game.
Yeah, probably not. But I believe they either said later this year or early next year, one of the two. All right. I was a little disappointed that they didn't say it's going to be available right now, because Bethesda's the best at doing that.
I don't think they did that at all this year. Or no, they did it with Fallout Shelter. That was it.
Mm-hmm. And then, but yeah, we're both going to play it because we're interested, and it's free. So, yeah.
So might as well. Starfield was a name drop, basically. It's new IP.
Yep. Can't say anything besides...
And the next game was the exact same way. Just a logo. Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah,
it's in development.
6. It's because people... It's just like Metroid... kind of like Metroid Prime 4 and all that those sort of games, like the Pokemon for Switch in a way. It's because people have been asking and waiting.
Well, sure, I understand that. It's just... I get so fed up of it.
Yeah, so they basically just want to say, hey guys, we're actually working on it here. To have a title card for now.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what they were like. So we're going to move on. This is going to be very short. It's Devolver Digital. If you like last year's Devolver Digital, you're going to like this year's. That's all you need to know. There's only a few games actually worth mentioning here. My Friend Pedro, I believe is what it's called. They're releasing that because Devolver Digital, just so people don't, if they don't know, they're publishers. They announced like 4 games. One of them was like 3 games or something. One of them was season 2 to a game called Scum. Don't know what that is, but if you like that game, then they're coming out with like another season for it. Another game is, like I said, it's called My Friend Pedro. Apparently that's based off of a Flash game, sort of like how Alien Hominid, if you remember that from years ago. That was a Flash game. It was a Newgrounds Flash game.
Oh, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and then it came onto it became an official game, and apparently it was pretty fun. But this is the same sort of ordeal. This game looks like a ton of fun. It's like a really simple 2.5D shooting game.
Are you still talking about the Pedro game?
Yeah, where you get to do kind of these wacky stuff. Like they showed, for example, I don't remember what he threw in the air. I want to say it was like a window or like a bowl or something. I think it was a bowl. No, it was a frying pan. He threw a frying pan in the air. And on the left and right side were enemies, so he threw it in the air from this hole in the ground, and then he shot at the frying pan, and then the bullets just go everywhere on the frying pan. And it killed the enemy. So it's like one of those fun little 2.5D shooter games. I'm gonna have to play the Flash game because there was a Flash game of it first.
Oh, okay.
If you've ever heard of this Flash series, have you ever heard of the Flash series called Madness Combat? This is like really old.
I've heard the name. That's about it.
Well, for anyone who's seen that, it's basically like a Madness Combat game if you've never played the Flash game. But there is a Flash game for it, so if anybody wants to play it ahead of time, there you go. And then they showed one thing, which I am so excited about.
Talking about the From Software game, right?
Yes. Metal Wolf Chaos XD is what they called it. I'm pretty sure that's a joke on XD, because is a joke in online culture. It is the most American game possible. The most American fucking game you could ever play. And it was never released in America. It was an Xbox exclusive game, and it was like I always wanted to play it, but Xbox emulators are terrible and not stable right now.
And obviously, he doesn't have an Xbox or even a 360.
Yeah,
so
and I don't have an Xbox, and even if I did, it's $400. I'm not getting it, so I'm super excited that it's coming out. It's already on Steam. I want it. I love it. Probably gonna put it on the LP list because it's the most American fucking game of all time. You want to know why it's the most American game of all time? I'll just shortly explain this. Mechas, you are a president in a mecha robot with the cheesiest voice acting ever, with government conspiracies. Please tell me that is with explosions everywhere. Explain to me how that is not the most American game of all time.
Replace the word American with amazing, and you've got it.
Exactly. I seriously can't wait to play this game. But that was all of Devolver Digital stuff outside of their normal shenanigans they do with their conference.
Okay, let's just move on, because this is going to be as long as the last one, if not longer at this rate. So, moving on to Square Enix.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So now they actually showed some gameplay. It looks like the original Tomb Raider, not the original Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider reboot.
The 2013 one.
Yeah. Laura is in her original PlayStation outfit, which I didn't play the second game, but the Rise of the Tomb Raider, because that was a snowy theme.
I wanted to, but I never finished the first one. It was one of those games I started, and then I just hit a difficulty spike, and I didn't want to put the effort in, and it just sat on the back burner forever.
That's fair. I'm interested in playing it. I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider also, because I did enjoy the first game a lot. My only real complaint... Yeah, and the only complaint that I have, and this is, if anything, a nitpick, I want actual tomb rating. They're not really rating tombs. Tomb rating is like a side thing. It's more of,
it's there, but...
kill them. Yeah, in this series, it's been more of like, oh, there's bad guys everywhere, kill them. It's like...
And the best part is, like, they go through all this extra effort of making her seem all shy and timid about it, and the gameplay's complete 180, kill everybody.
Yeah, she's like massacring everyone, and to me, I'm just like, they're making her seem like a cold-blooded killer.
But she doesn't seem timid at all. She just seems like a psychopath.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, she's doing it to survive.
Well, of course, but still.
But I'm like, and my only complaint about this one so far is they're using a jungle environment again, like the first game, and I kind of am getting it's like the first game of this series vibe again. And
this series just basically just has two biomes. Jungle and snowy mountain.
And that's another reason why I'm saying, hey, can we get some actual tomb rating? Because if we get tomb rating, then you can have an excuse to use these, because then you can make some potentially interesting tomb designs, you know?
I was like, there's plenty of other types of biomes, guys. You could have something out in the ocean, or a desert, or coastal islands, which I guess is kind of ocean, but it's still different enough.
You could literally have ocean tombs, which were in older games, which are awesome. So... just go with that. Come on, make actual tomb games or Tomb Raider games that focus on tombs. Other than that, I'm interested. I'm probably going to buy it eventually.
All right, so next off, Final Fantasy 14, another expansion pass. I know a lot of people that really like this game. Happy for them, but I don't play it.
Oh, I want to mention a quick thing about the digital Devolver thing on our report card. We are not counting our rating.
Yeah, that's not counting.
He skipped it, and I rated it like a perfect S+ as a joke because it's like a joke conference. So we're not counting that. Just wanted to point.
Yeah, it's like if they have another show next year, I'm not even putting them on the report card because they're not taking it seriously. Why should I? Mm-hmm. If you want to watch it, that's fine. But
yeah, they only show like less than 5 games anyways, so there's nothing really to mention, and it's like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
so Awesome Adventure of Captain Spirit, we already talked about that one.
Well, I wanted to say first about Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
well, they're doing a crossover with
the Monster Hunter World crossover
with Monster Hunter World. People are super excited about this and the players and stuff like that, but me, I'm just like, just play fucking WoW. That's all I'm saying. WoW is better. And that's not usually a good thing because WoW is like the standard to MMOs. I mean, WoW is a good game, but you should be working to be better than WoW if you're going to be a WoW clone.
I can't say anything on that matter because I've never played WoW.
But yeah, anyways, there's Rathalos from Monster Hunter World, and I'm just like, yay, have fun killing a boss in Monster Hunter, which is extremely fun, and then playing a dumbed down, boring version of it. I don't know how you're gonna have fun with it, but have fun with it. Whatever. Don't care.
There's clearly people that are dumping dozens of hundreds of hours into that game, so they're doing something right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, wow, that's why. That's all you really need to know. But yeah, awesome adventures. Skipping that,
So we already talked about the Microsoft conference, and that's the most you're going to get out of it. It didn't even show up again after this, so...
Yep. Dragon Quest 9, 11, my bad. This is 11.
Another franchise I just never had time for, but wanted to.
Apparently, this is a remaster for the on the PS4 and PC of a 3DS game, which is really cool. My friend is actually really excited. He really wanted to play this game, so I'm interested. I want to kind of play it. I like
I want to see it at least. I feel like it's another franchise I need to start from the beginning, probably, and
you don't. As somebody has played the Dragon Quest games, you don't. Oh. It's kind of like Final Fantasy syndrome in a way.
Oh.
So you're good.
Yeah, I made that same mistake of Final Fantasy. I played the first, I think, 2 games, and then I was like, screw this. I'm just going to jump to 7 because that's what everybody talks about.
Exactly. Babylon's Fall. Not much we can really say about this other than it was a trailer and it might be cool. There you go.
Platinum Games is making it.
That just makes me interested in seeing it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they talked about the Nier Automata Come as Gods edition again.
Yeah,
game that's already out. We've already talked about the Microsoft conference. Can we move on?
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler, they barely said a word, but they don't really need to. The game's out in less than a month, so.
The thing I found funny about this is though that they were like, okay, we're going to talk about the game that you've really been looking for, Octopath Traveler. Oh wait, no, that was Nintendo. Never mind, I take that back. We'll go back to that eventually.
I think Square Enix did it too, though. Like they both did it in a way. Like they both didn't. They just flash over it after like 5 seconds.
Simply put, I'm interested in the game. That's all I have to say.
It's like I'm definitely getting it. I don't know if I'm getting it day one. I know last year you said you hated the art style. I don't know if you still hold to that, but
nope. I changed my mind. I actually am really enjoying it now. I like it a lot.
It's like I was so confused last year. It's like it looks great.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it was in a weird spot, so like where they placed it and showed it, so it looked kind of jarring to me. But no, I like it a lot. And yeah, Just Cause 4, we can get into a little detail about this
because we didn't talk about this one before. So Just Cause 4, it looks like a better Just Cause 3. I wish we saw more gameplay though.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna look into it and hopefully I can buy this one because I think Just Cause 2 is amazingly fun. So
yeah, it's like I played a bit of Just Cause 3 on PS4, which is why I have the note on consoles, because the console version of Just Cause 3 is awful. It was not optimized well in the slightest.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, neither was the PC version. I think it was kind of...
It was way better, though.
Yeah, true.
The PS4 was literally a slideshow at points.
So I'm interested, though, in the game. I'll look into it.
It's still a great game. It's just not optimized.
Yeah, I'll see if it keeps my interest, and I might buy it eventually. Next game, The Quiet Man. Not much to say, except that they went from a live-action trailer seamlessly into a gameplay trailer.
Yeah, and it was super jarring.
Yeah, and it was really weird and was really noticeable.
At first I thought it was Deus Ex. I got really excited for a second. Oh, was it a follow-up to Mankind Divided? No, it's not.
It looks interesting, though, and I think the name is funny because it's just, this guy is deaf.
I hadn't even caught on to that,
potentially
but great.
Oh yeah, in the trailer, these thugs were talking to him, but he took out his headphones or whatever, and it was like in his first person perspective. You couldn't hear anything; you could just see their voices, like their mouths moving. So he's deaf, and he's potentially mute. Maybe that's why he's called the Quiet Man. But there's nothing.
I'm sure he'll at least have some sign language. I wonder how accurate sign language will be. I hope it is, because as someone that actually knows sign language, I'd actually like it to be accurate. But
yeah, that'd be cool. But you know what? I have to see more because, honestly, for right now, it just looks like a generic fight thugs, just punch thugs. Like, there's nothing to it. They didn't show enough.
Mm-hmm. Next game, we both have to put serious leashes on ourselves.
Serious leashes.
Oh boy, this is gonna be really hard.
Hold on, I have an idea of how to describe this. Give me a moment, guys. Give me a moment.
Darkness and light. There we go. On to the Ubisoft conference.
No, hold on. Gotta think of this. Okay, I'm gonna try to condense all 3 trailers here.
Mm-hmm.
They showed a new world. 2 new worlds.
Yes.
My bad. One is a returning world, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Other one is new world, Frozen.
It looks like it's totally revamped though.
Yeah, sure, of course. It looks like they're gonna go for the new Pirates movie.
Yeah, I think people said it was World's End, which was the 3rd movie. Is it?
Yeah, no. It was 3rd. But no, I think they're gonna be doing the newest movie from the looks of it. But anyways, 2 new worlds. Aqua's a Terra, or I mean,
Aqua's a Xehanort.
Because
everybody was
Xehanort.
wrong.
Even he was like, "Oh, I'm surprised that people thought that this was going to be big." Well, you guys better be in store for the fucking rest of the game. And I'm like,
but
God.
he were talking to Nomura, by the way. Just making that clear.
Yeah. Nomura said that.
So he was genuinely surprised. People were shocked about that. It's like, oh boy, we're so screwed.
Yeah, and he was like, "You guys should be ready for the final game." And I literally said this to Mayo. I'm like, "Well, Kingdom Hearts fans are currently on suicide watch, and will be even further on suicide watch when the game comes out."
Yeah, we're gonna have to put Suicide Watch on for every Kingdom Hearts fan.
Seriously, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is shaping out to look absolutely amazing. They just fixed the gameplay from what I've seen, and it will be probably everything.
I mean, they've already done a few touch-ups between the main showcase and E3, which is good.
Good. So
it's like because the input lag is completely gone. So
the what? The input lag? Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. Also, I think they're trying to fix the floatiness a bit, and
like a lot of the floatiness is already gone because just the input lag is gone. But
yeah, and I think they're
gonna work on it.
They fixed the air dash too, I believe, right?
I didn't notice that. They might have.
I hope they did. If they didn't, because that kind of bugs me. Because you kind of stop in place like you do in
that might just be the floatiness.
Yeah, but they did a May showcase just so everyone knows. So they brought in some Kingdom Hearts YouTubers and stuff because they wanted.
Yeah, that was back last month.
Yeah, and they wanted their input to help the game,
and apparently it was a little more input than they expected because, well, 2019.
Yeah, well, I mean, I told you it wasn't coming out this year. If it was going to be late this year. But hey, early next year.
It's partially because of them, though, and the other part is the marketing team said no.
Yeah, but also I am very happy they gave it a release date, the 29th of January, but I don't believe it's still happening. But at least we have like a date. So with that, that's
I'm
better.
Expecting at least one more delay, but
and I think you and me are both insanely excited to play Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, absolutely! 3. I'm insanely excited to play Kingdom Hearts 4 in 20 years.
Oh, I know, but this. Like I told him too. If the second game has 13 hours of cutscene, I hope this game has like double. Given what they've shown,
like over a day's worth.
Like this has to be like. I
wonder what they're gonna do about Xehanort's voice actor though, because he died in both the English and Japanese versions. What are they gonna do?
I know that's awkward. I think they have a voice alike for Nimoy.
We haven't heard him yet.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. The trailers of all the 3 trailers they showed, the story looks interesting, and I just want to briefly mention anybody who does not know the series was very confused at the story parts. They were like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, welcome to Kingdom Hearts, buddy."
Yeah, it's like it just gets better from here. It's like if there was any part of the trailer, anything whatsoever you was confused about, don't even bother getting KH3. Go get 1.5 plus 2.5, and then go play 2.8. Then you can go play KH3.
They're not going to market it like this, but you're going to have to play the entire series.
Oh, I know. It's like they was trying to convince people for a while that you could start with 3. Not a chance. Not from these trailers.
Not a chance. Everybody I've heard that is either played a little of the series or the entire series have straight up said, play the entire series or you will not understand a fucking thing.
It's like, and the whole Aquanort thing just confirms it for me, that there's no way.
For sure. But yeah, enough Kingdom Hearts 3. Got it out back.
Okay, so Square Enix is done. I gave him a C+. I was going to give him higher, but then I stopped and thought they didn't really actually reveal that much. So C+.
I gave them a D+, because honestly, it's just... It was better than the last time they did a conference. It was short, and they showed nothing.
It's like, what was
All
the
I cared
point?
about was Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
And the worst part is the Kingdom Hearts trailer was almost the exact same as the Microsoft show. It was just a few scenes swapped out.
Very minor differences. They literally had one scene that was like.
Yeah, they had something from Ratatouille that was swapped out, but other than that, it was pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. And they did change the last cuts, the ending cutscenes to be a little different.
True.
So yeah, to show a little more of I think like the same scenes.
But it's like 95, 99%. It's a lot the same.
My favorite part is that the Ansems and the Xemnases are trying to bring Sora back to darkness.
But they still haven't given up on him.
Nope.
Like, anyways, I kind of had that impression when we saw that first trailer from way back when with them in Twilight Town, but now I know for sure. Great.
Yeah, well, I mean, because they would have killed him on sight otherwise. But anyways.
Exactly. They totally want him on board.
Dial back. Ubisoft. We could be here for hours if we don't move on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to get my OBS open so I know what time it is, because otherwise I'm going to have no clue what the timestamps are, and I'm going to be so confused.
It's been about an hour and a half.
Yep, hour and a half and 30 minutes. Awesome. 1:30.
Hour and a half. You mean 30 seconds, an hour and a half and 30 minutes? Okay, so it's good to know that mine is actually 1 minute off of when we started recording my timer.
Oh, well, okay. That is good to know, because your timer's probably correct. Because that's just what my OBS says.
Oh, gotcha. So Ubisoft, Just Dance 2019. The opening is a total mindfuck.
And I love it.
Of course, that was the best way to put it. That was actually the most enjoyable Just Dance thing that they ever did. And
it was totally amazing. But more of this, please.
Exactly. I still don't care about Just Dance because
I don't either. But it was an amazing show.
Yeah, they are, and I'm glad that they're getting it out of the way first, just to be like, hey, new Just Dance, just like usual.
It's like there's always going to be people that buy it, so I don't. It's like the sports thing with EA. I don't blame them for showing it off. I know there's people that buy it. I'm just not the market.
Yeah, and then like the note I sent him is like, I'm surprised that these games are even actually popular because I just never hear anybody talk about them.
I don't think anybody that considers themselves a core gamer is the market for these games.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I compared it to the game called Football Simulator, which is extremely, extremely popular and comes out every year, and it's like the same ordeal. I don't know how it's popular, but it's very popular apparently. Like if you look at the Steam charts, it's one of the top played games. Not even a joke.
I guess that's just how much people care about soccer.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's really big in like Europe and stuff.
Well, exactly. I'm not joking about it. It's just.
So, because I think I actually asked a friend of mine because I was like, "Why is this shit so popular?" And it's like because it's Europe. That's why.
Exactly. It's a football, as they call it over there, game. Yeah. Of course, it's gonna sell.
All right. So, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
It's another live action show. We still didn't get up any gameplay. Apparently, there was some at the show though.
Yeah, not only that, but I did show him last year.
I didn't actually get a chance to watch that because I had to watch the PC and the Sony show that day.
Yeah, that's fair. But I did. He didn't know that any gameplay or anything was shown, but I showed him.
Technically, it wasn't. It was an engine test, but
yeah, but I did link him a tech demo of what they were telling us, of what they're showing off. But it did have playable elements too. Like you could actually he was moving a character. So
there was something. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and Jade was revealed at the way end. It was a younger Jade.
Jade and other Jade.
Yeah, so this looks like she might have been evil before she was good. So Beyond Good and Evil, dare I say.
Explains the name. I've never played the first. That is one of my top games. Like I want to play so bad. I just don't have the time.
If you ever have the time, it's a really great game.
Especially because it's. I guess I would call its sister game Psychonauts, which is another game that came out at the same time and had the same kind of reputation. People loved it, but it just didn't sell.
Sales, yeah. Good,
and I love that game to death. So
great game. You like Psychonauts? I still need to play it.
So we were basically flopped.
Yeah,
I played Psychonauts and loved it. You played Beyond Good and Evil. It sounds like you loved it.
Oh yeah, I loved it a lot.
I want to play Beyond Good and Evil so bad. I think do I still have it on my profile? Because if I still have you played, then I have it because they gave it away last year.
A part of me wants to say if you've played fucking Psychonauts, there's probably gonna love this game. I think a lot of people have compared them.
Well, of course, because it's just the sales.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we'll move on to the next game. We're definitely probably both going to buy Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think that's pretty fair.
Maybe, depending on how I like the first game. But I do want to buy and play it before the second game comes out. So
me, for sure, I am definitely going to buy it.
Maybe I'll make him let's play it. How about that?
Unless oh, maybe. Beyond the first game?
Yeah.
I'd be willing to do that. That'd be great. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game.
I'm doing Psychonauts, so why not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't you have Psychonauts on your list?
Mm-hmm. I have Psychonauts 2
so
on my list, I think. If not, I should better get on that.
That actually might work really well then. But anyways, Rainbow Six Siege, they're making an esports movie. I don't know if they said anything about DLC. I think it was just they were talking about the movie.
Yeah, they're just talking about a movie they was making about players, and we both had the same thing. Like, we just don't recognize any of these people, and none of them really stand out.
Yeah, my main thing I noticed too is Dota 2 did a documentary on their players, and the difference is Dota was around for like 15 years before they made that.
I feel like Dota, or like maybe if Nintendo wanted to do it for Smash Brothers, I'm sure it would have a similar effect as that Dota one did, if not a bigger one.
They did have Nintendo didn't officially make it, but they did have a Smash Bros. Documentary, and it was very popular. So yeah, I don't think this is going to be very popular.
Yeah, I just don't think of Tom Clancy as being that big of a franchise.
It's not even that, but it's Rainbow Six Siege. It's only been out for like 2 years or something. So yeah. Moving on though, it's just a movie thing as far as I'm aware.
Trials Rising, that was the 2D biker game.
And
it actually was very good to me.
They had the biker come out.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was if the Just Dance thing didn't exist, that would have been the best part of the show.
And then he walked up onto the stage.
And it was so clumsy, I loved every minute.
And he ran into the fake little microphone stand thing, and he was just like, "Whoo!" It was great. But
I love this man.
But just so everyone knows, it's another Trials game. If you like Trials, which I still think is a great game.
I never played it. I wanted to. I just never did.
It's a passing time game. Very fun passing time.
Means like if I do get it, I'm probably gonna get it on Switch.
Exactly. But it does look fun. Probably gonna get it for my Switch because I love my Switch. My favorite console right now.
Yeah, I teeter between Switch and PC. It's like I want to love PS4, but then I remember Sony's behind it. It's like ew. Never mind.
Well, PC. I don't count PC. Otherwise, that's my favorite. I count like between my PS4 and my Switch. Switch is my favorite.
I guess the Xbox One if you had one, but
I am using my PS4 way more than I ever used my PS3. So there's that.
Well, yeah. I guess I'm using my PS4 more than I did my 360. I've only had a PS3 for like 3 weeks, not even. So
I actually have like 20 games for my PS4, so I actually have stuff to play.
Oh, I have way more than that, but a lot of that is because of deals I got over Humble Bundle. So I've got like 20 games I actually care about.
You two got Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, that was one of them I got from the bundle.
But anyways, yeah, Trials Rising. It is just another Trials game. I do probably want to get it for my Switch because it is, like I said, it's a great passing time game. If you're in a fucking airport, like what the Switch is used for, I was just on a trip where I used my Switch on a plane in an airport. It's literally the best place to.
Oh, I'm sure you was having a lot of fun of DKC or whatever it is you was playing. DKC had just come out at the time, so.
I was playing Doom.
For shame.
I played a lot of Doom. It sucks too because I was gonna play fucking Xenoblade 2, but I didn't play that at all. I just played Doom. Which is funny. But anyways.
So another Tom Clancy game. Division 2. We already talked about this back in Microsoft show.
Yeah.
This time it's a story trailer.
Yeah, and again, don't care. We just don't care.
So I'm sure it's not necessarily a bad game. I just don't care.
Yeah, same here. And then Mario and Rabbids, Donkey Kong.
I wanted to get the base game. It's been on my list since it came out. I just haven't gotten it. I know I'm bad.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to because it does look like a Mario-themed XCOM, which is what I described it last year.
Yeah, it looks good. People like it, the ones that played it. It's on sale right now. You can get it for half price. But
and there was a DK64 DK rap.
Yes, that was beautiful. I wrote a note on that. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And again, it's like it's not this game's fault, but I was slightly bitter because I thought it was going to be Rayman at first. Not this game's fault, but slightly better for that.
Exactly. And then Skull of Bones is next. So okay.
Assassin's Creed 4, basically.
It's hard for me to gauge if I really want this game or not because it looks like such a fun ship pirate battling game.
Oh, totally.
At the same time, it's like, will you be able to walk on the ground? Like, will you get to?
There was a brief segment where you can walk on the city port at least.
So I just hope they extend that a little more because if it was just ship battles, it would get stale really fast.
But at the same time, if they do too much walking, it's just going to turn to Assassin's Creed 4, which we already have.
That's why I'm hoping it will be kind of like a Sea of Thieves thing, you know.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves, just where it's actually good.
Yeah, and it's more realistic, where you get to go into go in to find treasure and stuff like that, fight enemy online and offline.
So you know what you were supposed to do in Sea of Thieves.
Exactly. Like I hope they do that, and if they do that, I'm gonna be super excited for this game. But for the most part, I'm just interested. I want to see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it with the open eyes. Like I want it to be good. I want it to succeed and exceed all my expectations. I want it to be great, but
exactly,
it looks great.
It does. And then they had
Transference was the VR game.
A VR game with a dysfunctional family where you're shift reflexive trying to escape the house, blah blah blah. Yeah,
I didn't care because I'm not a VR owner.
As somebody who owns VR, it did look kind of fun. I'm more interested in the much more involved VR games.
True. Like this one looks much more story oriented. Like they brought Elijah Wood out of all people to talk about it.
Like for example, when I say I'm a VR. Like what kind of VR games I prefer is I like stuff. Beat Saber's my game of the fucking year basically right now.
Oh, I've seen you playing on Steam like nonstop.
Oh, it's so much fun. And then and then Super Hot VR is like a lot of fun. And then a lot of like VR chat is fun to play with your friends. And I like those the involved stuff where you can like interact with people or stuff like that. The other stuff I'm not really sure yet. So I just have to. I just have to get more VR games, and we'll have to see. Oh, and Res VR was pretty fun, too.
All right, so moving on, because this is starting to get on the length where we are actually going to be longer than last year, so we really need to speed
up. Okay, so Starlink...
AAA No Man's Sky. I'm sticking by that. I think that's basically what it is.
Yep, and it's got Star Fox.
Obviously, it's only on Switch, but still. I actually might get it. Obviously, I'm going to wait until it launches, but...
Yeah, I'm probably going to get it too. And you know what the funny part is people are like, dude, did you guys see that new Star Fox game? As a joke, because of the Star Fox
oh, yeah, totally.
thing. But yeah, I'm interested, and I'm probably going to buy it.
Oh, yeah, totally. Getting the Switch version if it does come.
And then For Honor, free for a week. And I like how you said, yikes, this game is so bad they're giving it free or did so badly.
It's like, I heard decent things about the game, but apparently the servers weren't very good, and that's what killed it.
The servers weren't very good, and then the player base kind of just died.
Because the servers sucked.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they had a DLC coming out, and it's free for a week, and my friends were playing it for like one day, and then they haven't played it since, so...
Yeah, that's pretty much how all my friends that were playing it were, too. They played it for a day or two, and then they were gone.
Also, as a joke, I still call it For Honor, more like No Honor, because nobody has honor in that game.
Okay, moving on. Crew 2.
Yeah.
Crew I'm sticking my notes. I could have sworn it was already out, but okay.
I don't even have to say anything. It's the Crew 2. Moving on.
It's lesser Horizons 4.
I don't care.
Okay, so Assassin's Creed Odyssey, we have to talk about this to some capacity.
Okay. I don't know, because I don't really have much to say, I'm actually kind of excited for this one because it seems like they're actually kind of changing the formula a bit.
Like, I love the setting. Like I've wanted a Greece setting for a really long time.
Yeah, and they're doing it to be more of a what's it called? An RPG. They're kind of making it more of an RPG.
Yeah, which I feel like is what it always should have been.
Yeah, so from the sounds of it, it looks like it's going to be a much more involved Assassin's Creed and probably something we're not entirely used to. Kind of like how Black Flag was like that in a way, where you had all the ship battles and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually interested in this one for once.
Like there is some conversation choices you can sort of customize. Not a lot of customization. You can pick male and female and some facial features from what I've noticed, but not a lot. Still most of the games though.
Exactly. So definitely this one, probably not gonna get it immediately, but it's gonna be on my radar.
I talked like I was gonna buy Origins. I didn't. I actually think I will buy Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm keeping it on my radar for now.
Yeah, it's like the thing about AC games though is like a year or two after they release, they're like $20. So
pretty much. Oh, it's because there's always new ones coming out.
Exactly. So it's just like you just hold off and there you go.
So
there's the Ubisoft conference. I gave them an A-. I thought they did great, and compared to the C that I gave them last year, huge improvement.
Mm-hmm. And I gave them a B because I saw it all the way through.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like there's a few things that would have changed, but I feel like the cringe was ironically the best part of the show, so I can't even criticize it.
Exactly. Now we get to the PC gaming show, and yes, I'm very happy, just like you put in the notes. I'm glad that they told us how long it would be, because I remember the first one was like 3 hours. Nobody fucking knew when it was going to end.
It's like, I remember getting really scared because we were getting really close to the next show, and I thought I was going to miss it.
Yeah. But
Which actually kind of happened this year, too.
So this was a solid conference because they actually made it so it was a mixture of how they did it last year, where they sat down and talked with the developers and stuff.
But it didn't take too long. They were only there for like a couple minutes, and then boom, next game.
Yeah, and not only that, they simultaneously made it like a conference. Like,
yeah,
they would show the trailers.
It went from the sit-down style they've had for the last 3 years to a hybrid between that and normal conference, which I am totally okay with. I still think it needs a little tweaking, but they're definitely on the right path.
Yeah, I think they got their format, which is great.
Like, I'm really excited for next year.
Yeah, so they showed off a game called Satisfactory.
Which it terrifies me. Like, my note for the last second gives me PTSD from Rogue Galaxy, which terrifies me. I went for the Platinum Trophy in that game, and it has you go through all those stupid factories. It was the worst.
Oh God. Yeah, it looks kind of like another No Man's Sky is the best way you put it. I'm not interested in it, honestly.
I'm not really either.
They seem like they kind of talked out of their ass, if you know what I mean.
A bit. Like, it kind of gave off it's too good to be true.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is almost the same thing. So is Cyberpunk 2077.
But at least those games are by developers that actually have a proven background.
Yeah, exactly. So, especially like Cyberpunk 2077.
Especially that.
Everybody loves CG Projekt Red. I
wasn't even that big a fan of Witcher 3, but even I'm excited for it.
Yeah, because it's just CD Projekt Red. They're like to me they're the best company out there for gamers because they actually give a shit about
I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're up there for sure.
No, I say they're the best because they're anti-DRM. They actually care about their user base and they listen to their user base and they talk to their user base. They own GOG.
Point made.
So yeah, but anyways, Neocrab was the next game they showed. I'm sort of on the same thing of what you said. I'm not sure how to really think about this game.
It looks like visual novel, but simple art style. I'm not sure. It's like cabs are going out of style. Maybe, I don't know.
Honestly,
they didn't show enough.
I'm just gonna say we should just pass on this one because I don't even know how to talk about.
Okay, Maverick's Proving Grounds, Battle Royale. Can we skip this one too? I don't want to talk about Battle Royale games. It's
a Battle Royale. That's all you need to know. There's only other one Battle Royale we're probably actually going to talk about for a moment. The Forgotten City looks like an FPS story-driven game. The Forgotten City
kind of looks like the Pompeii setting. I put a note of that, but I don't remember this one at all. Unfortunately, PC Conference kind of has that curse too. There's a lot of games I just don't remember.
Yeah, that is. I guess we're gonna have to skip on that one because I don't remember it at all.
Star Control Origins. Wow, I compared a lot of games to No Man's Sky, didn't I?
Yeah, it kind of looks like No Man's Sky meets. It had a lot of ambition. That's why they said so much shit with it that you can't help but to compare games to it.
Yeah, it's like I'm sticking with that last note though. Looks like kind of game that's either going to be an absolute 10 out of 10 masterpiece or a colossal failure.
Yeah,
time will tell.
Graphically, it looks pretty cool though. I like it. And now the next game, Hunt Showdown. This one, PC Gamer's Game of the Year E3. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like...
It's like, I didn't remember it at all, and then I think I know why. There's nothing memorable here. Another first-person shooter zombie. Moving on.
Yeah, what else is there to say? For real.
I already mentioned back in the Microsoft conference, I'm so done with zombies. Like, unless you can do something truly unique with them, don't bother.
Exactly. Archangel Hellfire.
Multiplayer mech battle.
That's all you need to say for me to be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
It's like, I want to see more gameplay, but good start.
Yeah, but you can see how you said I can see how people get pretty hooked from the concept alone. I mean, you just heard what I said. I was like, fuck yeah, multiplayer mech battles, hit me up.
Sinking City. I actually remember being kind of interested in this one.
So, me personally, I love Lovecraft. I love Lovecraftian horror. I am beyond excited for this game because
I mean, I guess one more games that have this kind of detective investigation style.
It works really well with Lovecraftian horror in my opinion. Well, also, I don't know if you played it, but Criminal Minds Origins or whatever it's
Mm-hmm.
called. That's another good game where it's like an investigator sort of
Mm-hmm.
situation. That's also a very very good game. People just when they do the detective stuff, I feel like they just do it really well for for AAA games. It's kind of cool actually.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm extremely interested in this world because it is it's supposed to be like a horror game, and it's supposed to be like a psychological horror.
I hope they don't
Lovecraft
focus on it
game.
too much, because I feel like if you focus on Lovecraft too much, you kind of lose the point of the detective investigation game. But
Not really. There's a game called, well, kind of. I don't know. The first half of the game, the Call of Cthulhu: Shadows, the Dark Corners of the Earth. It's a detective game. You're a detective trying to figure out what's going on with this town. It kind of turns into an FPS in the latter half, which is kind of where it goes down a bit. But the atmosphere is amazing, and like I said, I just love Lovecraftian horror stuff. And I wouldn't really say they're fans of Bloodborne. It's more of that's just kind of what Lovecraftian stuff is.
I think that's
It's
what a
not.
lot of people are just going to associate with Lovecraft, and they just think Bloodborne.
That's
It's
fair
the
enough.
game to.
It's to be fair, it's one of the best Lovecraftian games ever created. To be fair, like if you want my honest opinion, it fits Lovecraft perfectly. But yeah, I'm very interested in this game. I'm probably gonna buy it like day one pre-order probably,
I'll
unless they.
look into it.
Yeah,
Okay,
not.
next off,
It's
because again, we're going really long. Warframe
yeah.
Sacrifice, I missed this trailer. I had to get up and do something, so I'm sorry.
It's fine. If you like Warframe, it's more Warframe. So
Good.
sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Sega Showcase, there's a
Um,
bunch of games they showcased here.
this is
None of them
this,
are new.
this is I know, but this is great because I think like a year or so ago, Sega was saying they wanted to try to port more games
That
onto
was
PC.
like 3 or 4 years ago, and they're finally doing it.
And yeah, and I'm so happy because they're also porting a lot of good games to it too. We're getting Shenmue 1
Yeah,
and
Shenmue
2,
1
which is
just like,
great.
I'm still really salty they're not doing it on Switch, but I'm okay with this.
Oh, I know, that would have been great. But yeah, no, they're doing Shenmue 1 and 2. You know, it kind of sucks that you can't do it too because you can't alter the clock on your PC. Well, you can on your PC, but it's going to be annoying.
hmm
Um,
It's going to be on
but
PS4 too. I don't know about Xbox
yeah,
One. Switch again is a no, and I remember being really upset about that, and a lot of people were upset about that. Like, it's a Dreamcast and Xbox
same.
original game. Come on.
But I'm so all these people, if you got a PC or console and stuff here, you get a lot of good stuff. You're gonna get Shenmue 1 and 2, Yakuza 6 on PC, which is great, Yakuza 0, which is great, Valkyria Chronicles. I think that's just
Was that the first game or 4? Because 4 is the new one.
I believe it's 4.
Because I didn't
being
catch a
put on there.
number.
I believe it's 4 because 4 isn't on PC.
Okay.
So then they're talking about Bayonetta coming on
Bayonetta's
PC.
been out on PC for a while, but okay.
Oh yeah, it's for some reason I was like, yeah, Bayonetta on PC, that's amazing. That was because I kept thinking the second game got on PC.
No, that's never going to happen. Nintendo funded it.
No, that's fair enough. Same thing is happening with Bayonetta 3. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
coming
like
on anything
Nintendo's
but the
funding
Switch.
it, but don't expect it anytime. Like, you can ask for it, but might as well ask for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on PC. Same
True.
answer.
So this is the smallest thing, but for Puyo Puyo Tetris, I'm only excited because they're putting Puyo Puyo over in the America again, and I hope that they actually import the series over to America because Puyo Puyo is a fun series.
Oh, sure. It's like, it would probably have to have its entire life like on Switch or 3DS or smartphones or something, but
Yeah, it works better that way, honestly.
true.
But there's that happening, and then Killing Floor 2, they had the Summer Side Show and Treacherous Skies patches, which it's just the Killing Floor 2
I had
summer
the same
update.
opinion I did last year. I want to play it. I just haven't. I'm sorry. You've noticed by now. I have a very large backlog of games I want to play,
Oh
but
my
I can't.
God. Don't even remind me.
It's ridiculous. That's literally been half the game so far. I want to play this. 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 I can't. I can't do them all.
Exactly. And then there's like I need to record, stream, play with my friends. It's like it's hard to balance everything. But yeah, then there's Man Eater, where you get to play as a shark attacking tourists.
In RPG, you can
That's
play with skill trees in a single player mode, and it sounds ridiculous, but I need this in my life. I know I'm reading off the notes
Seriously,
basically, but it's like I even have the website title. Like, go there. You need this game.
It's maneatergame.com. Seriously, it looks ridiculous. Like, and they know it's ridiculous.
Oh, they
which is
knew.
the best part. So I'm excited for that game. I'm
I'm buying that
that
one for absolute sure.
It's just because of the ridiculous premise.
Oh,
that I'm getting at.
absolutely.
It could be the worst game ever, and I wouldn't care.
I know. It could be Goat Simulator 2 for all I care. It's just
Exactly. And now the next game, Bravery Network Online. Cheap, basically, yeah, cheap 2D fighter. But honestly, when you got games like fucking Guilty Gear, Zard, and Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which look amazing and
True.
beautiful, why have this? It doesn't.
Exactly.
No one's
it's
gonna
like
want.
there was this and the next two games. I think were all from the same publisher. Yeah, they are. It's just
They
all kind of have that same cheap feel.
Mm-hmm. Then there was Morning Star.
Another cheap looking game. This one's 3D.
Yeah,
I don't even know is this a walking simulator? Is it a farming game?
No,
I don't know. They didn't show off anything.
I know. I can't tell. Then there was Overwhelm.
Another 2D game, and yeah, it looks cheap too.
It
kind of
Metroidvania,
but
it didn't even look that interesting, which was the shitty part. I love Metroidvania, so if you're messing that up, you're messing something up.
It's just, I want to blame the budget, but I feel like a lot of it's just they don't have any creativity.
Yeah, and then Jurassic World Evolution, which I think came out too, like that day or something.
Did it?
I think it did. Let me Google it really quickly. You can talk about it in the meantime.
I didn't really notice after it was my notes. It basically looks like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, it came out the 12th.
Oh, well, awesome.
Yeah, and it was a $55 game. It was like I don't even know what to say. It was just like like you said, it's a tycoon Jurassic Park game.
Like if you like that genre, have at it. I can definitely see myself playing it, just not for $60.
It visually looks appealing, but I don't know if it would be like gameplay appealing.
Yeah, maybe I'll buy it when it's like $30, but not $60.
Yeah, maybe. All right, and then next one, Stormland.
This was Insomniac's VR game. I want to say it looks good because I love Insomniac, but oh boy, who thought it was a good idea to make an open world VR game?
I don't know. It looks. I don't know.
And on top of that, why does Insomniac keep making VR games? Stop doing it.
Yeah,
this is like their fifth VR game in like a year and a half.
Yeah, and all I'm thinking is, this is Spider-Man.
This is def time they could be putting in Ratchet and Clank or Spider-Man or something. Something better.
I'm not interested in this game. I'm sorry, Insomniac as a VR owner.
I love they're one of my favorite developers out there, if not my favorite, but it's just
they're great. And then the next game, Night Call, it looks basically
remember like Neocap earlier, just as a noir film. That's all you need to know.
That's it. Then Sable came out.
Okay.
Or Sable came out rather. They showed Sable.
Graphically, it looks like Journey on a budget, which I think was fine.
Yeah, it basically does just look like Journey. It's basically Journey. Let's be real.
Okay, Star Citizen. This game again.
Like you said, really, what kind of PC gaming show would it be with if they didn't show it? They just showed a trailer, so yeah.
Yep, it's there.
It'll come
Genesis
out
Alpha
maybe...
Game looks gamey. I'm reading this word for word off the notes. Really, that's all I have. Zombies, FPS, and space. That's all I got from it. I don't care. Let's move on.
That's
Zombies,
all you need to know.
I'm done.
That's literally it. Yeah, I was about to say, that's literally all you guys
Zombies and first-person shooter. I'm so done with this.
It's funny. The best part I love, guys, about his notes about the PC gaming show is you could read these and would literally it would just work. Because that's what most of it is. Don't Starve Hamlet. It looks interesting because Don't Starve is a good game. That was the next game they showed. So, interesting.
Yeah, it's a franchise that I just never caught into. It looks good, but...
And then they showed Just Cause 4. Was it gameplay this time around? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think it was a different trailer, but I think this one might have been CG too.
Okay, well, we talked about Just Cause 4, so they showed that after the Don't Starve, so yeah.
Then it still looks great, though.
They showed The Walking Dead.
Another FPS zombie game.
Which is weird because it's not like there are other Walking Dead games from the looks of it, so that's... Zombies. Woo.
Look, I'm so done with that word. I'm so done with zombies. I'm so done with FPSs. And I'm especially done with the two being mixed together.
Yeah,
stop it. You're not unique.
And then the next game, how do you pronounce it? Was it Noida or was it Noida?
I'm not even sure. Let's go with Noida.
Noita. a 2D. Yeah, it's a 2D pixel art game with a magician as the main character. All environments are destructible and/or modifiable environments. I buy it if the price is right.
Literally, my notes 1 for 1. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and the best way to describe it otherwise is think Magica. Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Yeah.
And the next game they showed is 2 Point Hospital,
was on this game for a while, wasn't they?
They were, but this game has been I'm pretty sure it's already out or whatever, has been talked about a lot. It was funny though. I thought it was funny because when they were trying to talk about it, the guy's mic wasn't working again. So like this happened last year with one person. So
don't worry. If you want to talk about technical problems, let's just wait till the next show.
Oh yeah, but it was funny because his mic wasn't working, and that happened last year in the PC gaming show, and the guy had to hug Day 9 just to talk to him because his microphone worked. So it was really funny. But it looked interesting. Like it's kind of like a sim.
Yeah, it looks all like Sims at a hospital.
So, but
there's definitely a lot of charm and humor to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. That's
yeah, totally. I wrote in my notes too. I can see myself buying it if the price is right.
Exactly. And then next
Realm Royale. This one's even more blatant than the last. Another battle royale. The art style and gameplay is blatantly Fortnite.
If you're not aware of this, Mayo, Realm Royale is in Fortnite are like fighting on Twitch for most viewed game. So yeah, take that as you will.
The only thing it has that's different was the forges mechanic, and that's not really anything substantial.
I like your description for the next game, Ooblets. This looks fucking weird. That's it. I want Ooblets. It looks really charming. So.
Oh yeah, totally. What? Am I wrong?
No, you're not. But it had really good music too.
True.
The trailer theme behind it, rather, was actually super cool.
Anno 1880. I don't remember anything about this game.
And then
RTS game. That's why.
Yeah, Anno 880. I don't even remember that game at all. Sorry, guys.
So neither of us remembered. Sorry, we're moving on. Rapture Rejects. I definitely remember this one.
Okay, this is the battle royale that we care about.
Oh yeah, this is the one battle royale game that actually looks awesome.
Yeah, because so they were like, all right, so we're gonna show you one battle royale, but this isn't like normal battle royales. Trust us, guys.
The trailer was amazing.
So it was like from the makers of what's the name of the game? Cyanide and Happiness, I believe.
I didn't even notice, and I don't care. This game is all I care about.
Yeah, and basically, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of the trailer first, just so you guys first of all know it's an isometric battle royale. So that's immediately different than all. Yeah, it's immediately different than all the other ones. And the trailer was funny because there was this guy, he had a shitty roommate that's always drunk and stuff, and he was praying to God, and he's like, I hope when the time of the rapture comes that, everything is fine, and I hope he can forgive me for all my sins, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes and lays down, and then the rapture happens, and he's looking outside, and he's like...
he's literally the only one that isn't... Even the drunk friend.
Yeah, and it was funny. The drunk friend was, like, hitting the ceiling, and he's like, a little hope here, and he put him out the window so he could float up. And then another funny little bit was there was a guy, his wife was hugging onto his leg, and she was like,
great.
And she was like, you can't leave me right now. And she's like, yes, I can. And he's like, yes, I can. He basically was like, fuck you, bitch, and kicked her off.
Effectively killing her, and then killing himself because he stops getting sucked up.
And then he's like, hallelujah. And then the fucking, the rapture light of him being pulled up blinks away. And he's like, no, you guys.
I'm sorry, I know we're ruining the joke, but it was a really good trailer, guys.
It was amazing. And then the guy who, at the way end, or at the beginning, rather, who was praying, he's just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. And he gets, he drinks, an entire bottle of beer and just fucking jumps out and does his thing.
It's perfect. I want this game now. I didn't know I wanted this game, but now I do.
Literally, just artistically, because they're using the Cyanide and Happiness
theme,
I want it. It's so good. Mm-hmm. It's only, and there's a beta that I signed up for. So, yeah.
Okay, can you give me the link for that when we're done with this? Because I actually want to sign up for it.
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
And then the last game
they showed was Hitman 2, which actually I never played the first one. I wanted to. Another game I just did not have time for, and I feel really bad about it.
I'm really excited because now they're independent, so they can hopefully make it the Hitman game that they were originally wanting to. So I'm excited on that front. So yeah, that was PC Gamer Show. Overall, again, it was just
they did good. Solid. I put them slightly below Ubisoft, just because I feel like the format needs a little work, but they're getting there.
I put a B- because, again, like you said, they just need a little work. And I wasn't even that hyped for them, and I was surprised how well they did.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I gave them, 5 bars?
Well, I count the colors of the bars. I did 6 bars, but that's still not very
That's
high.
what I did, too. Like, the other bars just aren't colored in for me.
Same. So now, of course, PlayStation. First of all, elephant out of the room. They had technical problems again.
And I keep them. I'm sure it's on screen right now, and I'm sure I've got a lot of people that want to be really, really mad at me. But hear me out. A lot of that is technical issues. I'm not okay with this.
No,
because it happened again.
And not only that, but some people were saying everything is fine. Other people were saying this person's watching a stream, and they were watching a stream of someone watching the stream. And they were watching, everything was fine for them, and I was confused as fuck. I had to jump between YouTube and Twitch over and over again until eventually Twitch worked perfectly fine.
Yeah, I had to jump between them a lot. Eventually, I just stuck on YouTube. Like Nintendo, sorry, I'm looking at the Nintendo notes, but the YouTube thing looked fine, but it was so much worse than the Twitch. But on the flip side, Twitch just didn't work. But then YouTube stopped working, and it's just
it was just all over the place.
Oh, and let's not forget about the other elephant in the room. They had a pre-show that, even though they told everybody that it was starting at one time, it didn't. So there was a half hour of nothing.
So first, let's explain this. So it was, the first half hour was really awkward and drags down the conference. Because after the first, half hour, it was actually good.
It got better, at least.
Yeah.
It was basically I hope you like Last of Us Part 2, because if you didn't, which I didn't, there's nothing for you.
So basically, yeah, and so just so you guys know, this is basically what happened. They had a weird, like you said, the anti-drug PSA, that's what he says is a joke. It was some weird-ass,
It was weird.
Music. It was weird. There was, a guy playing, a banjo and, a flute, and...
I put the notes in that the only excuse there will ever be to play a banjo at a games conference is if a new Banjo-Kazooie game is announced. That is the only excuse I will ever accept.
I was so confused. And the beginning was really weird because they were in a tent that was like a church. This was literally just for The Last of Us Part 2, the trailer that they were going to show.
Yep, and then they didn't show it off again. I don't even know why. Yeah. Was that part pre-recorded? I don't know. Maybe.
And because of this, they had to take a 30-minute fucking intermission to move everyone to the main actual stage. And they had an awkward, pre-show, if you were watching, an IGN pre-show, where they were just talking about random shit.
Yeah, but it was their actual conference.
Yeah, and they were the only thing that really mentioned that was important was Black Ops 4, I guess.
Black Ops 4 and Last of Us Part 2. That was it.
Yeah, and for Black Ops 4, they were just saying, "Hey guys, new maps are coming out from the original."
They had
game.
a CG scene where they just followed this magic bullet that flew all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. And again, as a joke for The Last of Us Part 2, I think this was just literally just because it's Gay Pride Month, but they had Ellie and some girl kissing for literally a good
It was so cringy. I don't care, do your life choices, but they just hung on it for so long. The whole relationship scene.
I feel like they pushed it way too much. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like The Last of Us 1 a lot. I was nobody really asked for Last of Us 2, but it's probably going to be good. I'm not interested in it anymore, unfortunately.
I didn't play it. It looked boring. I played Uncharted. It was boring. So
it doesn't catch my...
Maybe the plot would help save it, but I just don't care. If I cared about plot, I would watch a movie. That's the thing that Naughty Dog just doesn't seem to understand nowadays. If I wanted plot, I'd watch a movie.
Exactly. So whatever. I don't care about it. He doesn't care about it. And that sucks because Last of Us Part 2, that's supposed to be big for them. So that sucks.
Yeah, so it's these two games alone, I think, dropped it down a whole letter grade just because the whole structure was so messed up.
On the bright side, once they actually moved everyone
once they actually moved it on, even the technical problems started going away a bit. They were still there, but not as bad for sure.
But anyways, the first thing they started with, they had a guy playing a Japanese flute. I don't remember what the heck it's actually called. And it's the Sucker Punch game that they showed, I think, last year.
I don't remember them showing it off at all, but it looks great.
They talked about it somewhere. I told
looks like the Sekiro or whatever it was game.
Yeah, and it's called the Ghosts of Tsushima. It's
something like that. I don't dare pronounce that name.
It's Tsushima. I know a little Japanese. That's the only reason why I know. But anyways,
I can kind of guess. But...
I'm really excited for this game because it looks very stunning. They had really amazing set pieces shown. I'm glad that people are finally doing a feudal Japanese setting too, because for some reason feudal Japan was like never really touched upon for people in gaming for a long time. They did it in the PS1 era, but after that they were like, fuck feudal Japan. And I don't know why.
Like, you'd at least expect the Japanese devs to do it, but they didn't even really do it that much.
Yeah, which is weird because Japan is patriotic as fuck.
It's really concerning, but that's a whole other subject.
And Sucker Punch is making it, which is a good sign. It's an open world samurai
Sucker Punch
game.
makes good games. You know, Sly Cooper, Infamous. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and it is and they had this one amazing scene that I just want to. The animations looked a little janky now and then, so you kind of knew it was in-game gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that was really worth noting also too at the end was the samurai fight that they had in this really beautiful under a cherry blossom tree.
Oh, it looks great. Like the whole trailer looked great. But...
It looked so gorgeous. I am so excited.
It's like if there was any game I feel like you need to get a pro for, it's probably that one.
Yeah, no, it's funny enough. I actually think I'm probably going to be getting a PS4 Pro next year if possible.
Yeah, it's like for this game, and honestly, Cage 3 is probably going to need it too. Let's not get ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get the limited edition or the special edition of the Kingdom Hearts one if possible. It
would look so cool, but
exactly.
The thing's like I already own 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8, so I'm kind of hesitating.
If I do that though, I'm gonna sell my normal PS4 probably.
Yeah, I will too.
But anyways, yeah, I think you and me both are like, yeah, we really want this game. It looks good. Looks really good.
I want to see more info, but so far.
Yeah. Then they had this really interesting game next called
Control.
Which I thought it was kind of like this weird, like perfect dark mix.
I thought he was joking about that. I thought it was obviously Quantum Break, and the comment section agreed with me. Everyone was saying Quantum Break.
Well, okay, I kind of thought it was Quantum Break, but it kind of gave me like the gun. I think is what gave me a perfect dark vibe for some reason. Because it was like pulsing or something. Right. So I thought it was. What's it called? I thought it was Perfect Dark. Kind of. Not really. That was just kind of my guess.
Okay, well, whatever. Can we move on? Again, we're going too long. And
Yeah, sorry, but it does look good. So I'm interested.
Resident Evil 2 Remake, you probably can talk about this more than I can, because I've never played a Resident Evil game before.
We knew it was coming, because they did mention that they wanted to do Resident Evil 2 Remake and stuff like that. It looks great. Some people are confused. Some people were confused, like, why does Leon look like that and not sexy and this and that or whatever? I'm like,
it's Resi 2.
Because it's Resi 2. He's young in Resi 2. And then somebody, I think this was a joke comment. They were like, man, Leon looks like this just guy that you're like, you just get into your police job, and this is like the first thing that happens when you get into the police job. That's literally what happens.
Well, yeah. Trover Saves the Universe. Next game. It's Justin Roiland's game, which Rick and Morty fame.
If you like Rick and Morty, you're probably gonna like this. That's all I can say.
All I care about, like, they better have half the game as dumb Szechuan sauce jokes. Just
yeah, but if you like the humor of Rick and Morty, it's basically it's
also, I was
Rick
really
and Morty
surprised that it's at the PlayStation conference. Like, I think it was last year too. It's like, this seems perfect for PC, but
I know. And then again, Kingdom Hearts 3, we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like we already did, but they actually had a unique trailer for this one, which was so weird. Like, you would think if anything, they would have the one trailer for Xbox and PlayStation, then the unique one for their own. But no.
I know, it was really weird. Power Wilds are back, though. I'm glad you mentioned. I forgot that. I'm actually excited that I get to see Power Wilds again.
I mean, you put
it's
that
such a weird thing to be excited
the
about.
The quotation marks are you, by the way, if you haven't figured that out yet.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the whole thing with the ships, and, but whatever. We already talked about it. Moving on. Death Stranding. Mm-hmm. Which also, small note about Kingdom Hearts. I love how they trapped it in between Resident Evil 2 and Death Stranding. Like, who planned this?
Also, here's my... I have 3 words to describe Death Stranding for you. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's kind of Kojima in general.
But for real, again, I'm just interested to know what the fuck this game is. Like... They showed a little gameplay, but it was mostly just walking.
But
but it was mostly just walking, so it wasn't really the gameplay. Or not only that, but there were like mechanics I think that they were showing off, but I didn't know what the mechanics were. I didn't know if there was
the game's
game,
clearly not coming out for a while, so
yeah, but it is fucking weird.
At this rate, I kind of think it's going to be a PS5 launch title, but we'll see.
And it's, yeah, like you said, it is disturbing to watch. I hate the fact that they had a fucking scene of somebody taking off their toenail.
I know, it's like, I've seen that in so many things. Even SpongeBob SquarePants of all things had that, and I hate that.
And it makes me cringe. It makes me sick to my stomach. I hate it. And then at the way end, this girl was eating some, it wasn't a maggot, but it was something gross. And
okay, we're moving on. Neo 2.
Yes, it's a weird game. Neo 2. That's coming out.
Yeah,
guys.
It feels like it's coming a little too soon, but
I heard the first Neo game was good.
Yeah, I never played it because I don't like Dark Souls, and Neo basically just like Japanese Dark Souls.
Yeah, and I want to play it, so we'll have to see at some point.
And last off, Spider-Man, because they can't have one of these shows that's Spider-Man now. Don't get me wrong, I'm super excited for Spider-Man. I'm absolutely buying it day one. Again, Insomniac. I'm a major Insomniac fanboy, but
this trailer made me so fucking excited, though. Like, it made me even more excited than I already was for the game. It was really good. It was really awesome.
I'm already sold. Like, the worst part about Spider-Man for me is going to be that the Spider-Reignite trilogy comes out like a week after.
I know, that's the sucky part. But it's not. I know I said it was a Sinister Six. It was building up to be the Sinister Six. This might be a different incarnation, but it actually isn't the Sinister Six. But I'm excited because they showed off.
They did show off a lot.
At the end,
we got some gameplay. We had a bit of a. Was it a sewer that he was going through?
It was a prison.
Oh, right. There was the prison, and you had the chase along the building rooftops. It looks good.
Yeah, and I just want to mention this too at the end of their conference when they talked a bit about Spider-Man, because that's what they did immediately afterwards. They said fans were asking what are we going to do for the villains, so they made literally a villain-orientated trailer. This is what happened. So that's why we got to see as much as the villains we got. And I guess just seeing all those villains, Spider-Man villains, just made me so happy.
So Sony conference, when it comes to actual games, I feel like they did really good. It's just everything else just bogs it down.
See, and to be fair, they did say everything that they were going to show was going to be stuff that we were already going to see.
Yeah, I did keep that in mind for their rating.
Yeah, and they also did straight up say, don't be excited for anything super big and special to wow you.
For me, the biggest wow thing was Ghost of Tsushima or whatever it was, because I didn't know that game was a thing. But...
Yeah, so my expectations were low because of that. They were honest and upfront, and that's why I gave them a. That's why I gave them a B, because the stuff they did show, I thought
this was one of the grades where I was kind of finicky. Like, I almost gave them a B minus, but. Like, this was this and the next grade were easily my closest two, where I was so split. Like, this one I gave him the low grade, and the next one I gave him the high grade, but...
Yeah, and then we have our good friend Nintendo's conference. So they started off with this game called Daemon X Machina. All it showed really was mechs, and they were flying and fighting, and I was like...
It had a fairly distinct art style. I have that noted. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember it was distinct, and that's good enough.
But I was just like, mechs... I'm getting this game.
Goody! Okay, so next off, we got DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country.
So, we're not going to go into details
because he still doesn't be in the game. He didn't watch a whole lot of it.
I didn't watch any. I muted the stream and everything. I didn't watch.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil anything then. There's not even that much to spoil, but
still, I'm safe. Better safe than sorry.
Okay, so I still want to at least mention it's a thing. They're going over, obviously from the title. They're going over what Torna was way back when.
Which I know what Torna is, so that's
of course. I mean, I feel like if you've gone up to chapter 5, then there's no way you can't.
Yeah, so which will be interesting. Maybe I don't know.
Like,
I have to play the game.
I don't think they showed it in the trailer, but apparently Shulk and Fina, or whatever her name is, from the first Xenoblade Chronicles, are showing up as blades. I don't know how that's going to work.
Spoiler?
I don't think so. I think.
Okay.
That's
good.
Just the thing.
I almost got really angry for a second there.
I don't think it's a spoiler. If it is, then I've been spoiled too, and I didn't even know it. So.
Okay. So that's good. But yeah, of course I'm interested in this. I want to play Xenoblade. It's just that's a game I have to dedicate so much time to. So I have to.
I know. Like
put that in.
I got really angry for a while when I saw they was doing New Game Plus. Like, oh damn it, because I just beat the game, and it's like, oh no.
But that's coming out in November, if I'm not mistaken.
September.
So, yay! Oh, September. Oh God, fucking September.
I know September is going to be the worst. No, we got Spider-Man, Spyro, and Xenoblade.
And
good
next
thing
they showed
October's
Pokemon
empty,
Let's
right?
Go. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, October's empty for once.
Go figure.
But yeah, next game, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee. We did see this a few weeks earlier. We got an exact date. I don't know what the date is anymore, but we got an exact date.
I forgot what it is, but it's this year. That's all I remember. I think it was November.
And yeah, it's that was the only thing they really showed it for, I think.
And next off, Super Mario Party, which is the big game I guess that they showed off that wasn't Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it might be good because
it's like for one they got rid of the cars, which I know fans are really happy about.
Yeah, and then for two, the gameplay, or not the gameplay, the mini games looked pretty fun.
Yeah, they look fine, which is good. I mean, it gives a lot of hope for other franchises that have kind of been deviating lately, like Paper Mario, that have just slowly changed into something that they're not. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, but to roll off the comment that I made is no one's gonna have two Switches to do this shit.
True.
Is because in every trailer they had like
every trailer they had like 2 or 3 Switches that they would connect together for the mini games. Like, no one's gonna do that.
Yeah, and I was like, no one's gonna do this shit.
Honestly, you're gonna be lucky if you can get 2 people together to play on one of those Joy-Con things. That's gonna be your lucky play.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, what the. I was like, no one's gonna do this shit. But yeah, I hope it's good because I'm probably gonna get it.
I might. I feel like I have enough of those party games, and I definitely will once Smash comes out. But
for God's sakes, it better have an online feature. Cause if it
does.
That's definitely something. Oh, we're gonna have to get it then to play it and hate each other.
It's only mini games though.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's something. It's more than all the other games I've had, but I do kind of understand it though, because you know how long those games would go on multiplayer.
Just like an hour or two usually.
Exactly.
So, but anyways, next game,
Fire Emblem
3 Houses delayed.
Formerly known as Fire Emblem Switch.
Yep, and it was delayed. I think again.
Yep, it was.
No, it wasn't delayed.
No, not again. This is the first delay.
Yeah. I remember they just said 2018 last time.
Yeah, now it's spring 2019. It actually looks pretty good. Some of the textures aren't quite up to snuff. They kind of look like they might have been ripped from 3DS Warriors of all things. But
the art is beautiful. Like the actual art is
absolutely.
Beautiful. But the thing that I find really clashing always is just the like 3 point, like the isometric view swapping. That's Fire Emblem, I know, but it looks so jarring because it's like it looks like it goes from like a Switch game to like a mobile game. It's really weird.
I know they're gonna have to find something to do with that.
Yeah, but if you're a Fire Emblem,
maybe
fan,
it's better
you're gonna get
in actual execution and distant concepts, but we'll see.
Maybe.
So I'm probably gonna get it. I'm just not gonna get it at launch.
I have a Switch. I feel like I want to get every game.
Oh, I know. Like I got every game. I even got a lot of the here. I got my Switch open right now. I can tell you all the games I've got. I've got an Octopath Traveler demo, Faye, Dragon Quest Builders, Kirby Star Allies, Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade 2, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart Deluxe, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Splatoon 2. And I'm adding like 5 more games to this list by the end of the month. So.
And my favorite part is I have a friend of mine who literally asks, "Hey guys, what Switch game should I get?" Then he literally lists every Switch game that's released. And he's not joking. He's literally asking, what other Switch games should I get? And I'm just like, the fuck, you have them all. But anyways, next, Fortnite. Yeah, we already knew this.
Yeah, this was the worst kept secret of the entire industry. Leaks left and right.
Yeah, and a part of me is going to ironically download it on the Switch.
I almost did.
Same. If my friends ever ask me, I want to download it just in case my friends say, hey, you want to play Fortnite? I'm like, hell yeah.
Honestly, I almost want to do it just for this channel. Maybe we should have this video.
Maybe at some point we would do that. Overcooked 2.
That was just the game franchise I didn't know existed.
Overcooked 2. That was the one where it's like the sushi fighting or whatever.
No, that was
right?
a different game.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't remember what this is.
Apparently it's a whole genre. I didn't know.
Interesting. I don't know about
Killer
it, so
Queen
I can't.
Black, the next game. 2D arcade fighter.
Yeah, it looked like a time waster. I remember that.
And it's like, if it's cheap, I guess it's fine. Just don't go asking for like $15 or more.
Pretty much. And then they showed Hollow Knight's putting it on the Switch, which is awesome.
It's like,
means
great.
I can buy it on the Switch.
Octopath Traveler is next. They pretty much just acknowledged its existence.
Yeah, and then they said, yeah, it's coming. And then literally the next, or it was either later that day or the next day, they're like, by the way, guys, it's coming out a month early.
Wait, what?
It's like, yeah, it's out.
Seriously? No,
yeah,
it's just a demo.
It's out. Oh, it's just a demo, really?
Let me check this. I got my Switch open. I'm like 99% sure it was a demo.
I am fairly certain it is out.
I think it's on my wish list, so I can just go straight there.
I'm fairly
Wish
certain
list.
it's out.
I've got to know this. Pre-purchase, so no, it's not out. It is playable from June 13th, so no, it's not.
No, it's out. It's out.
It's not.
I just Googled it. Splatoon 2's it says it from here 3 days ago. Polygon. Splatoon 2's Octo expansion DLC gets a surprise release tomorrow on June 13th. It's out.
That's the Octo expansion.
Yeah, the Octo expansion. Isn't that the DLC?
We were talking about Octopath Traveler.
Oh, duh. Oh, sorry. I got confused. They're so similar. You can't blame me.
How? How are they similar?
The name.
I don't see it, but okay, whatever.
Sorry, I confused him, guys. Excuse me. I was thinking about Splatoon 2. Oh, but yeah, no. This was when they were saying
in the conference, which is the best
yeah,
part.
no, I don't know. Sorry, I got so confused. Anyways, Octopath Traveler. This one they were like, we're gonna talk about a game you guys have been waiting for, Octopath Traveler, and I was like, what? Everyone's been talking about this game. Where have I been the past year? This is what I was thinking in my head.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, after that we get a montage of games. I barely caught any of them. Like I know Fighters C, like Dragon Ball Fighters was in there. I caught The World Ends With You was in there. That's all I cared about. They gave it a release window.
I think that's the only one people actually cared about, because every time I see people talking about the conference, everyone's like, dude, did you guys see The World That Ends With You final remix thing coming out?
That's all I care about. Who am I kidding?
It's the only thing I noticed in it.
It's like, I know I'm sold on that. I'm buying it day one. I don't care what you say. I wanted that game on DS so badly, but I never got it.
And then, of course, the big boy Smash.
Yeah, this took up the majority of the conference again. I'm not giving them too hard of a time over this one because we knew it was coming. They made it blatantly clear. Even like on their offline screen, it said, we are featuring Smash Brothers.
Not only that, but at least they've been doing this for the past 3 years. Mario Odyssey, Zelda.
Yeah, they didn't do a giant focus on Mario Odyssey last year, though. Like, 2016 was all Zelda.
True, yeah, that was all Zelda.
They had like a 5-minute showcase of Pokemon, and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much. So Smash.
I'm so glad we didn't have a show that year, because that would have been so hard to grade.
Probably, but yeah, Smash Bros. Ultimate. They're having every single character from
everyone
all the games back.
Doesn't matter how many times they showed up. Doesn't matter if they were DLC.
Yep, which makes me super happy actually.
Yep, it's what made everyone happy. Like
yeah,
you can't be angry.
Yeah, I was about to say that now everyone can't be. When's this person? Like they could bring back literally everyone but Pichu, and people would be like, "Where's Pichu?"
Like it was just a dumb meme, but there you go. Pichu's back. Now quit your whining. And Ridley's in here now too, so you can't even meme that.
Yeah, so Pichu's my main not my main, my third main for the record. But that's not a joke. I love Peach. For some reason, playing Pichu's fun as hell. But anyways, yeah.
I wonder what the final Smash is going to be.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. But they're bringing every single character back. Ridley's fine. They
like some of them, I think, still need some major tweaks. Like, I want to main Sonic, but he's just awful in Smash Bros. Like, they need to fix him.
He's really good in Smash 4.
He's really not. But they tried.
No, he's one of the best characters in Smash 4 competitively. It's not a joke.
I've seen the competitive play. It's not that good.
He's
high on the speed is literally his only advantage.
Yeah, but he's got kill potential too. But that's talking about pro stuff. But anyways, yeah, all the characters
I just feel like he needs things like bounce bracelet or something to bounce it out.
Yeah, he does jump really high. And But yeah, no, they're having all the characters. They're making all the final smashes a bit faster. I think
Which
is
good.
What they kind of
Yeah,
did.
although
Not only,
they showed some really lengthy cutscenes for some of them, which kind of seems to defeat the purpose. But okay.
yeah, and some of that, I think they're also getting rid of like controllable ones. Like for example,
Yeah, like the lane
supersonic. You
master,
don't, yeah, or supersonic. You don't control that
which
anymore.
is fine because Supersonic was like the most broken
Horrendous
thing
to
about
control.
Supersonic.
Not only that, but it was horrendous to control, and it was overpowered if you knew how to control it.
Oh yeah, it's like I said before, I tried to main him for a while. Like once I figured it out, as soon as I got a Smash Ball, nobody even had a chance.
Exactly. And they didn't talk about this in the direct. I don't know if they did. But they are making the gameplay much faster, and that is apparent from what they showed.
Yeah, like
with
it's
tournament,
the invitational tournament, which I'm sure is the reason they did it. They just they didn't want there to be any room for doubt.
Oh yeah, there was an interview that Game Explain had that I watched, that they literally talked about how pro players have found an insane amount of stuff that they didn't even think they would find already. And all that sort of stuff. But I hope they edit it to be a bit more competitive. I'm so glad that they brought this back. They brought back the directional air dash. I love that feature. You can still do it in place, I think, because you were in the original games, I believe.
I never knew that was the feature, but
yeah, but you can do the directional air dash again, which is great.
What game was that in? Because I've only played Brawl Onward.
Oh, it's in Melee.
Oh well, there you go.
In Melee, there's the directional air dash. It's way better. It's easier to punish because you can't spam air dash, or you can't spam freaking what's it called, dodging in midair like you can in Smash 4. Also, they make it so you get, the more you roll and the more you use your air dash in mid. I think when you use your air dash in midair, you fall, like you do in Melee. But the main thing is, if you roll too much, you'll be less invincible, which is amazing. So you can't spam rolling anymore, because that was a huge complaint in Smash 4, is that you could just spam rolling and you'd be fine. So I think I really like
it's
this.
Like they're making a bunch of different edits to the concept, which is fine. Like just everything so far just looks great. It looks like really it's going to live up to its name, Ultimate Smash Bros.
I was about to say, it literally seems like they're going to make it live up to its name. Also, they added this thing called Echo characters, which basically
means technically they were already there, but now they're classifying them.
They're
so clone characters are dead, basically.
Clone characters are, like, the actual clone characters are considered Echo fighters.
Yeah.
Like, Peach or Daisy is now, quote-unquote, in the game. It's literally just Peach, except it has a Daisy model, instead of it having
I wonder how
Peach having
did
Daisy
they ever
colors.
show how you select those? Like, for Dark Pit, would you go over Pit and then hit a certain button to switch to Dark Pit, or is it still on the menu?
You probably have to swap it over like that. And then they're adding the Inkling to the game, and I don't think he looks very great. Unfortunately, I'm okay with him being in the game. It just, to me, he didn't look that fun. Unfortunately,
I think the killer for me was the fact that you're gonna have to do ink management.
That was the killer for me too.
It's just, I mean, maybe if there's like this absurdly high amount of ink, but I don't know, the idea of having to, which I'm not even gonna remember the button combination for how to recharge your ink. I just know
it's like
down B or something.
It's like LB or something like that. I don't even remember. But yeah, no, I don't like that. Also, I believe they said there will be new fighters, but not too many new fighters.
I've seen conflicting reports on this. Some have said not very many. Some have said there's going to be a bunch. So I don't know what to believe anymore.
They also showed Bomberman is in the game as an assist trophy. Remember how everyone's been asking for him? Well, he's an assist trophy. At least he's in the game somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had to contact Konami anyway for Snake, so...
And Snake is in it, which is going to be great. I missed Snake in Smash 4.
I'm so disappointed that his entire moveset is not revolved around boxes, but this is still okay.
Hey, he has a taunt, and in Brawl, remember, it actually like hurt people for like 1%.
That's true. I hope it does like 100% damage now.
like if you hit him with a sweet spot. It's like a rest.
If you hit it exactly in the corner, then
and they die instantly.
It would be amazing.
And then Ridley again, he's in the game, and now that he's in the game, people have found a new meme.
What's the meme? I haven't heard it yet.
A Waluigi, he's an assist trophy.
Oh, well, that's always been a meme.
I know, but it's even more a meme because Ridley's in the
Yeah, because
game
the Ridley people are dead now, so...
Yeah.
I guess technically Waluigi is in the game, but... Unless something happens one day where you can play as assist trophies...
I basically said at this point, because of the whole Ridley thing for years, and now it's been Waluigi for years, I think they're going to make him a playable character at some point. I feel like they have to.
Like, after we saw the whole thing of Rowan, I actually do kind of think that thing I was talking about just a second ago about assist trophies being playable might actually happen one day, but it's not going to be this. It's not going to be the same as a normal player, obviously, but maybe something like what the Pokemon Trainer does, where they have several different characters.
Maybe, yeah, but here's a little fun fact for you. Even the official Netflix Twitter made a joke about him not being in Smash.
Good job. Good job, Netflix.
They said, is this how Netflix series are made? And it was like a Netflix series original poster being like, everyone's in the game except for one. There was just Waluigi pictures on the side. It was so good. But yeah, that was the entire Nintendo conference at the way end. It was like 20 minutes worth of Smash, and I was fine with it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody complained about that. Like, the people that did were the people that just don't like Nintendo in the first place. Which case, again, that's kind of the thing that we said, like, with EA. Why are you bothering watching this conference if you don't like the games?
And the thing is, too, though, that I like about their Smash showcase as opposed to, like, Fallout 76. They did talk a lot about Fallout 76, mind you. But Smash Ultimate, they mentioned a lot more than I was actually expecting them to. Like, they said a lot of stuff.
And all of it was good. Like, I didn't see a single downside.
There was not a single downside.
They knew exactly who they were selling it to, and...
It was great. And I think that's one reason why I rated them an A+ in my book, was because they
I gave an A-. I didn't know you gave an A+.
I gave them an A-. My mistake.
Oh, well, we gave the same grade then. That was another one I was really torn. I was thinking maybe B+, just... But the thing is, like, yeah, they showed half the show for Ultimate, but we knew it was coming, and they did a really damn good job.
Yeah, and it was just so good.
Exactly.
And that, as a whole, was E3, though.
Yeah, that's E3 2018. Overall, much better than last year. Wow.
Yeah, for sure. I gave it a B. I remember how last year you were like, if they did the same thing like they did last year and this year, you wouldn't even care if there was no more E3s.
Exactly. This year, I definitely want to see next year's.
Yeah,
like,
and after
last year's was a standard C for me. This year, solid B. Whole letter grade improvement.
It was a solid B for me.
And Square Enix kind of dragged it down on their own, amazingly. And Bethesda, but Bethesda's Bethesda. I just don't like Bethesda.
You don't care for Bethesda, so you're eh.
And EA too.
And to be fair, EA is just EA. What do you expect from them?
Exactly. It's like I feel like a C is perfectly fair from them. Like,
yeah,
unless
for sure.
next year they're absolutely amazing. I kind of hope that they just kind of do what Square Enix has been doing, where they only have a show every other year. But
yeah, hopefully that, or I kind of just hope Square Enix just drops doing stuff. Like, they have nothing ever to show, unless they would have to like have an amazing conference next year.
They had things to show. They just gave it to everybody else. That was the problem.
Much, yeah.
Like, if they hadn't shown off Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Just Cause 4, that alone probably would have carried the show, considering how short it was.
I feel like the Kingdom Hearts 3 one was justified because there are actually so many people who really hyped about that game, and they've been working on it for so long. I think they have a reason why they showed that off 3 times. It's just they should have given their best trailer on their own.
I feel like the PlayStation trailer should have been the one that they had on theirs, and then they could have had the slightly varied trailers between Microsoft and Sony.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sure they probably changed it because the Sony conference was after theirs, and they didn't want people to feel like they were getting gypped. But
probably. But that was E3. Very good. Very good this year.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Again, a game with solid B. I definitely want to see next year's now.
Yeah. I do hope next year, though, I always ask this every year, but I do hope that they do show more games. They showed a lot this year. But
yeah, it's like basically everybody else, take notes from Microsoft. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, like please show more new games. That'd be really nice.
It's like some of the other companies were trying to do that. Like Square Enix tried to do it, they just didn't have a lot to show off. Sony tried to do it, but they had that awful intro and technical difficulties. Nintendo kind of did it, but again, half their show was Ultimate.
And on the bright side, a lot of stuff is either coming out late this year or early next year from the looks of it.
Yeah, I think the latest we saw was that Fire Emblem game, which is spring.
Yeah, other than that, they were just big 2019s tossed around. Though if you want to be really, really specific, EA's freaking Star Wars game probably has the longest wait.
True.
So
of games that were actually announced, like,
yeah,
I know there's games that are still kind of lingering in the air. Like we have, I know you don't want to hear this, the Metroid Prime 4, we're not getting that game until 2020.
Yeah, I know, which makes me sad. Though I do also want to mention, I was gonna make a joke, but I forgot what it was. It was a good joke.
Like if we get in 2019, it's gonna be a late 2019.
Yeah, I think I don't know. We'll have to see if we get a direct this year.
Although something too that I forgot to mention about Nintendo, I was genuinely surprised about. Nothing from Retro, because that's something everybody was certain about we was getting this year.
Oh yeah, I don't know what have they been working on for the past
the rumor
6
mill
years.
is really loud about them working on a racing game, but is that the point now where it seems like it's basically confirmed? But
I don't think there were. If they were working on a fucking racing game, they would have said something by now. But there's no way it's taken them like a million. Wait, F-Zero?
I think it was Star Fox.
Star Fox Racing. If
basically,
they did
Star Fox says Diddy Kong Racing. That's what the rumor mill says.
If that's true, everyone would be pretty angry.
I don't know. I mean, again, the rumor mill's really loud about it, and most people are in support of it.
I'm surprised, because that seems like something people would be like, oh, so they're making a Star Fox racer, but not an F-Zero? How could they?
I mean, they make Mario Kart.
True, but yeah, there's not really much else we could say. It's just
it's like, and this video ended up being roughly the same length as last year.
Which sucks, because I thought we shot.
I know, I was trying to shorten it. I kept trying to rush him, but...
I know, we did, though, but for some reason...
Well, part of it's because there's just more shows.
Yeah.
Like last year there was 7, I believe, and this year there was 9. Although I'm not counting Devolver Digital from last year because that wasn't on the report card. So Square Enix is the only really new one, and even they didn't take that long from us.
Nope. We tried to shotgun through, but something always...
Sorry, guys. Us. We tried. Thank you all for watching our mishmash of whatever we're doing. And see y'all next year when we do it all again.
Yeah.